Hello, everyone, and welcome to Vampire the Masquerade, Malta by Night, where we are playing as kindred on the little island of Malta in the center of the Mediterranean Sea, somewhere in Europe. Look it up, Google, educate yourselves.
60 miles south of Sicily, about the same north of Egypt and Libya.
Yes, and just south of Sicily.
That's what I said, 60 miles south of Sicily.
Right. Sorry, I didn't hear.
We-
I lost that first bit.
It's fine, I'm a nerd. I'm sorry.
There's a
Carry on.
lesson.
We're all nerds.
There's a
We're all
lesson.
nerds.
We are officially on episode 9, ladies and gentlemen. It's
Ooh.
been 9 sessions in as a group. Wow, didn't think it would come this far. But before we go any further, for those of who are watching for the first time, for whatever reason, you should go from episode 1 to understand what's going on. But everyone has a chance to introduce their characters.
Goes first. Crap, I'll go. I'm Ethan. I'll be taking on the role of Miles Coterie, the Tremere private investigator, dealing with stuff, personal stuff. Should be simple.
Hey everybody, I'm Marijn, and if that's too complicated for you, you can call me Ginger, and I will be playing Mumbles, the gangrel, who's also got some stuff going on, current family stuff, you may even say.
Hi everyone, I'm Bee. I play Athena, who has just had the most satisfying moment of her life recently. And right now, she is just focused on helping her friends who have very obviously become her family. Who's next?
I'm looking at Luke.
Ladies first.
Oh,
Okay, so my name is Milena, and my character's name is Tatiana. She's a very, very young kindred and wild gangrel. She's a refugee from Crimea from Russia, and she ran away from the werewolves who slaughtered all her clan. And she's really afraid and trying to find a new home here in Malta with a new kindred around.
So I'm Frank Bugeja, private investigator, business owner, advisor, friend, confidant, confessor of sorts, and I'm here to keep these fellow kindred to the best of my abilities.
And I am Don Chap, your storyteller for the session. And in today's recap, we're just going to go over a few things really quick. So we have a situation where Sebastian has cornered Athena and their Baron, and the situation became hostile. In a matter of seconds, things heated up, where Sebastian right on shot the Baron with a Dragon's Breath gun, killing the Baron there and then. The group managed to get in time to save Athena and take the situation into their own hands. Athena, she's rightfully said, took the satisfaction and staked that bastard down. So far, he's being held there, and in the meantime, Mumbles and Tatiana, the two gangrels, decided to go on a little bit of a hunt, as they're starting to get pretty hungry. Speaking of hunger, why not also mention that Miles lost himself completely to the beast? So that was quite a moment. Mumbles and Tatiana have been cornered in an alley down in St. Julian's, the Parcheville section, by the ones that are known to be... help me out, guys.
Second Inquisition?
That's one. The Inquisitioners, who are trying to clearly take Tatiana, for whatever reason, and perhaps even get Mumbles, but I think it was Tatiana that they were after mostly, which broke out into quite a fight, breaking the Masquerade as they completely went apeshit crazy and killed most of them. to which Mumbas decided to take refuge inside one of the buildings really quickly and found Norman, the kindred who is Nosferatu, and aided her in safety, while Tatiana wild transforms into a dog-ish creature. I think more borderline wolf, but she tried to act out more like a wild dog. And as Athena and the rest come down to their rescue of sorts, Tatiana decides to make a run for it down the opposite way, leaving Athena, who was clearly trying to go, "Hey, over here, doggy," just completely misses her and just right. So Mumbles is MIA, missing in action, and we currently have the situation of the kindreds trying to deal with a masquerade breach. You may begin role-playing, ladies and gentlemen.
So it's currently, I believe it's me, Frank, and Athena. I think the last thing I did was I think it was a combination maybe of us three together. I'm not sure. We basically were just not forgetful minds, sorry, cloud memory
Cloud
on the
memory.
people. Cloud memorying them, like just forget the last 5 minutes of your life. Nothing happened here. And I think we just cleared that up.
Yeah. I think Athena was looking for Tatiana, who was not with us then.
Yes, you guys were forgetful memory thing, whatever. You were clearing their memories. I rushed down to the alleyway where the main fight had taken place, trying to pretend that Tatiana was my dog, so that I could get her out of there. She rushes off, and now I feel like an idiot.
Ooh, wait, she rushes off. I don't remember this scene, but okay.
Yes,
All
as
right.
Dawn just said, she ran off.
Right. All right. So we just use cloud memory, right?
Yeah, we
now,
just cloud memoried all the people, I think. So, I think we just cleared up the last ones. You go.
I'd
Okay, that's the
like
last group.
to retcon a little bit, and I will activate. I will have activated Blush of Life when eyes would have told me Masquerade Breach. So it's a rouse check. I do not get hungry. It's a 7. So I would look a little bit more human than, pale kindred. So we have 2 cops and 2 women, the witnesses, Ushek. That much I remember.
Yeah, so you have 2 women who
Yes.
are freaked out because Mumbas specifically just went ape shit crazy and bursted through a couple of the Inquisition guys and murdered them. There's no nice way about putting that. And yeah, so basically they ran to the cops. The cops were patrolling the area as they usually do down in Potterville area, and they're taking their statements at the moment. As I believe you guys, I'm not sure if Frank or Miles or both approach the situation.
Mars did it first. Frank was a bit.
I cloud memoried the people just to let them have they forget all the group. Like I just looked at them, cloud memory, just telling them forget.
I
That's
remember
what it does.
specifically that one of the policemen threw the statement in the dustbin.
Oh yeah, you made him do that.
I
yes.
remember
I was
that.
like, oh, I'm not a false right for one. So I'll
I remember
point
that.
to
Yeah.
that fucker. I'll activate Forgetful Mind level 3. I do not get. My God, man, I'm lucky today. I got a 6. It's up to you, Don. But this book tells you that you should roll your pool. See how many memories you can adjust. Unless you can tell me you can adjust so many memories. Even for a more. Should I make the roll or?
So.
Specifically, I don't have the book and.
All right, let's. All right, you're allowed to adjust 6 memories.
Okay. And by the way, do I recognize any Jonathan or Jason from the previous sessions? I would know of Jonathan for sure because he was the one with me in the car.
Um,
The one time when he went to get me to Floriana. He gave me
right.
the syringe.
No.
Yeah,
So
please.
that one unfortunately is not on duty tonight. Well, you wouldn't
Alright,
know this,
so
but he's nowhere to be seen.
Maybe he's never
yeah,
on
yeah.
duty.
Not these two people. Alright. So I will.
No, not that happy coincidence, I'm afraid.
No, I'm just putting the cards out there. Mela, we have 2 cops and we have 2 women. And how many passers-by, Chirka?
Well, around you, you're looking at about 100 or so.
Alright. I'm gonna cloud memory on, forgetful mind on one of the cops. I don't know if you want to give him a name just to distinguish him. And I'll say the following. I'll say that I'm friends with his big boss. He didn't recognize me because we met at a Christmas party and he was a little bit inebriated. That's 2 memories, and then there's a promotion coming up and I want you to have it and do as I say. Or something on those lines.
Okay.
Basically I want him to cordon off the area, of course. And I'd like Miles to help me with the women, just to keep them calm. And I would also like to to use Forgetful Mind on one of the women. I got an 8.
All
And
right.
I tell her that her drink was spiked and that what she saw, you wouldn't have told me anything miles on the way, right?
No, not that I remember.
Okay. So I'm asking the woman questions. Okay, so what do you remember? Ayan, because in I would have met again.
Yeah.
So I'll let Dawn.
So, I do want to point out one thing, that a couple of feet down the road where the alley is, there is a bloodbath, right? So there's body parts, blood everywhere.
Can I also
I
point
told
something
you
out?
to cordon the
Just
area.
for the rules, forget memory, or cloud memory
No, he's
is the
using a
last.
different power. He's
Yeah,
using a
yeah,
different power
but
entirely.
what Miles was using, that's the last 5 minutes. So what you're trying to do now was pointless, kind of.
No. But the last 5 minutes for a feeding, or there's like some specific rules
Yeah,
for it. I think
I guess.
this needs to be a little bit more
I
definite.
think the last
Just
5
so you
minutes.
don't waste anything. Just
Yeah,
that's
like
my
No, I'm not.
perspective.
I would say this last 5 minutes was, I think, the blood. I imagine the blood pad was 5 minutes. That was, or at least around 5. Like, or well, the 5 minutes. The blood pad was some time. Then the people came in and see all this. So probably that's less than 5 minutes. So I just can't remember. Then all he's doing now is basically just telling them like, "Hey, other things happened. You didn't see this. Like, continue on. Like, move away from
But
the alley. Wait for
memory
you."
and forgetful mind is different.
Oh yeah,
There,
that's
do
that's
Ara, Mela, let's the rules.
so. Yeah, the rules say.
A superficial feeding or a chance meeting. That's like the remit of cloud memory. For me it's a little bit normal. It's a level 1 discipline, so it's what I want to do here is completely rewrite anything from
A
the
rewrite. It's a major rewrite. So
witnesses'
go for it, man. I'm
perspective.
not
That's
stopping
why.
you. So go for it.
Right, so the woman who is in her early 20s, Jittery says to you, she saw this very beast-like female individual, just tearing people apart with her bare hands. You know, she even kind of like ran into someone and just made him explode. Like, there's all of this.
Yeah, the whole.
You know, there's this whole, you know, she can't really comprehend of what she saw and how it happened, but that's as the best she can give you, you know, before she starts becoming a bit hysteric.
Oh god, yes. She doesn't tell me what color her
No,
hair is. Nothing of the sort.
she
like
just
nothing kind of
remembers
description.
people dying, blood, violence, crazy individual. That's pretty much her description.
Tell her that she was on drugs and someone spiked the drugs, so she need to calm down, take all the medication that she needs, we'll handle it.
In the meantime,
The first thing I want to do is to cordon the area of the crime scene, though.
so the police are already kind of saying, listen, there's nothing to see here. Get back to your businesses. Which is very hard to do because since you're in an area where there's a lot of clubs lined up, a lot of people outside are drinking, smoking, and having their own personal conversations. So now you have a couple of, heads turning and kind of just trying to understand what's going on. Police are doing their best that they can to kind
Where
of make
would this
people.
be in Pacheville? Like, to give us a... manapsh.
So you
Is it
know,
Beer Garden? Is it...
so it is very close to, Footloose area. Footloose,
Ooh.
Havana. So on the back side of that, right?
Hey, Mittarach.
Yeah,
The Mittarach, okay.
but not in the stairs. It's actually
No, there's
it's-
like 2 stairs, I know what you mean,
Yeah.
Or at least... Alright, okay.
Quick question, Dawn.
Mhm.
Because now I have, I've Maria's dead, so I can't really assign to health to her. But since I've knew she'd been with me for a long time, would I be able to know if maybe there's like maybe one of her old contacts that maybe I have on her phone? Because I think I have her phone. I'm not sure if I'm
Yeah,
not sure about that.
You managed to retrieve her phone.
I managed to reach her phone, and I'm able to access it, right?
Of course.
Would I know of a contact she has that could be like the cleaners, where they could like if there's anything like this potential issues to clean up the situation?
Oh yeah. She does have a couple of numbers.
Okay. Of course, there's gonna be payment. So yeah, I'm gonna let. I'm gonna whisper to. And and are they reliable enough for money? As long as there's money
Unfortunately, you
like,
trusted Maria so much that you're out of the
out
hole.
of the loop. Yeah,
So
got you. All right. But I can recall the numbers, like which ones, like.
oh yeah, they're actually like marked down as cleanup group.
Got you. All right, cool. I'm going to then turn to Frank. Frank, listen. I know some. I know some people like that I can get some cleanup groups to get through here and remove the evidence that need be. That can be done if to be arranged. All I need is definitely some money.
We need to see the evidence first. Then we need to temper with it accordingly, and then if they are needed, they come in.
All right, just letting you know ahead of time. Let me see. Let me see what kind of.
You know what I need you to do, man?
What?
At some point, I need you to go back to Continental and secure Alistair and see if the Baron has left anything.
Yeah.
We need to have some handover of sorts.
Let me make
guy.
Yeah, let me make sure that the area is clear, there's no problems. I'll see if there's any evidence. I'll point you out. You can handle the outside, and I'll go to the Continental. I'm gonna do a quick scan of the scene. I'm just gonna do a quick scan of the scene to make sure there's anything like maybe that I could share to Frank so that he can handle like anything with my eyes, with auspex, heightened senses with my eyes to see if there's any clues that I can pick up on, any problems that maybe could lead us to someone like Mumbles and Tatiana and any other stuff that happened.
Yeah, I would do the same, especially if I know that Tatiana's a bat or could be a bat. I'm looking for her in the bat form.
What is the role? Done.
I think you have some feedback.
sorry. So bear with me a moment.
No worries.
You are looking to remind me. You're looking to try to track.
Maybe see if there's any clues, like either. Actually, I'm more just looking for general clues, not to track. Maybe clues on like the Inquisitor, like if there's any clues left over by the Inquisitors, any clues left over by the others. I'm just doing a general inspection, so I provide that to Frank, and then Frank will do the further
So
investigation.
you can go either investigate and resolve or awareness and resolve, whichever you see this fitting.
I will go with investigation and resolve. Can I use auspex for this? Heightened senses with
Yeah,
my
you
eyes.
can definitely do that.
I'll go investigation, crime scenes, specialty flachar, and auspex as well.
So I'm rolling 8 dice.
And specifically, I would like to see if there's Tatiana in bat form because I know that, like Frank saw that. That's all. Nice,
3 successes. No special things, just 3 successes.
So, with 3 successes... Oh, nice, Frank. 6. Okay. So, with 3 successes, unfortunately, it does not pass the difficulty check. And you're kind of just tossing around body parts, and for a second, the smell of blood is starting to really, like...
HD, like...
The beast within is already starting like, more. The only problem is it's already a few, like it's almost an hour in, so none of it is really, none of it is gonna really
it's
taste
like-
good at this
Like,
point.
I thought it'd be calm down, something like we can eat it. And I'm clenching my, like maybe I have like a medallion, like an occultist medallion, like in my pockets, like clenching it. Calm the fuck down, you damn rascal! Not again. And as I get nothing there, I look to Frank. I'd shake my head, but I imagine he's already found something with his amazing 6.
Now, Frank, with his 6, remind me, you're looking for Tatiana in bat form, which unfortunately you do not find. What was the other thing you're looking for? Remind me.
Then I'm looking at the crime scene.
Right. So, you do notice that some of these individuals are wearing specific insignias that represent the church here locally. So they're coming from...
When you say locally,
I'm talking about the one in St. Julian's.
Museo types like Crisco jackets. I don't know. I mean, those guys love their merchandise.
Christ almighty. So, bear with me a moment. So,
No worries.
St. Julian's Church. Don't you just love it when players ask you stuff on the fly?
Weird. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just
job.
description. What is the like crosses? What do I see?
Oh, the
Crosses?
insignias, you mean?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So it's like a dove with a piece of olive in its sting, and it has the
Okay.
it's like it's what there is on the glass stain, basically, of the church here in St. Julian's, the parish church.
Okay. I have depiction of Jesus, but okay. So
Just
this
tattoo
is
Jesus on their chest.
brazen, man. Like, oh my, yeah. I'm thinking that scene from John Wick where he goes to with the priest. Anyway, tattoos, and I'm like, okay. Sorry about that. Just...
No, it's
So what I'd like to do next? Okay, what else do I see? Do I see bullet holes? Do I see signs of violence? What are the signs of violence, rather?
Mumbles. Would you like to describe to him what that was?
Because I remember this
So-
had a
They're everywhere,
crossfire.
and 2 guys are ripped in half, dude.
So, interrupt me if I'm saying something too much, but it seems like you're finding different body parts of 7 individuals. 5 of them seem to kind of exploded from the inside, which is really strange. But 2 of them have clearly had their throats slit from the neck by, it seems, very free, neat lines below each other.
And meanwhile, what does the cop do or say?
Oh, he's just trying
Like,
to...
probably vomiting in the corner. Like,
Well, he's not at the crime scene at all. He's not in the alleyway or anywhere close by. They're still trying to maintain the audience, trying to like shoo them away.
all right. And there were bullet holes, I imagine, right? Because
Not
they were
in those, not
shooting.
in those 7 individuals.
You do see shell
Oh.
cases, but no bullet holes or anything like that.
Actually, one in the panic shot the other.
Yeah.
I
That's
think. Yeah.
exactly.
So that's only one that has actually bullet holes, but it seems like it's not really, like it wasn't really aimed per se.
At this point, Frank, you also see kind of Athena looking down the alley, trying to understand where Tatiana ran off to.
Yeah.
Contaminating the crime
Where
scene.
where is Athena? Sorry, like we're in the I'm in the
So
entrance of the alleyway, I imagine,
so
right?
you're in the entrance of the alleyway. Tatiana had been on the other side, so I ran through all the blood and gore to that side because I'm trying to look out for Tatiana and trying to see where she went.
You're at the other end of the alley.
Yeah,
All right.
being very unhelpful at this point, but that's okay.
Frank will motion to you to stay in one corner and start to make sense of it all. But the story is that this is the drugs, and
Okay.
we can. And I kind of look at her and like, okay, spin me the story. What would you say?
Who?
Well,
I'm talking to Athena. I
Athena,
like
okay.
to. Yeah.
well, let's see. Obviously, guns were involved, so someone was threatening someone else with a gun. Knives were drawn. You're on your own on figuring out why 2 people exploded, because no drug that I know of, and I know a lot of them, have ever done that. The way I see it, someone needed drugs, the drug dealer wasn't selling at the right price, and someone brought a gun to a knife fight.
And lost.
Miles nearby. Like, can I help you guys out? Or
Yes, can
I'm not-
you realistically come up with a reason why 2 people would explode from the
Yeah.
inside out?
That's going to be hard to explain.
Mhm.
But your idea of drug violence, maybe like a drug dealing go bad, that can be definitely common. We've been getting that commonly here, so you can definitely spin that as a story.
It's part of
Maybe,
it.
yeah. The question is though, with the exploding parts and the amount of damage,
Grenades? That would be a bit too far, wouldn't
a
it?
bit too far for here. I think. We don't really get that many ordinances, as far as I know. But who knows? Who knows? I don't know how the local police situation's been going on. Maybe there are gangs that actually use grenades. Who knows? Let's just spin it as a drug attack. Maybe just in case, what I recommend we do is maybe I call in a little bit of cleaners. Just saying, to clean up some of the more extreme sides of the case. Maybe the 2 people that blow up from the inside. I try to got some calls in, clean those up, and we just leave this as, oh, this is just normal drug attack. Some like do dealer to drug
I
gang
agree.
came up here.
I agree. Clean up the two that were split in half, and all the extreme gore, but leave just enough for the police to find and come up with their own conclusions. I have an idea, and I ask very kindly that you 2 gentlemen not judge me on it.
Oh.
She picks up her phone. Does it? Hello, Jeffrey.
Yes, ma'am.
Superman.
I need you to do me a favor. I'm close by. I'm close by. I'm in Potterville, in the steps, close to Havana. Could you be a dear and either bring it yourself, or you can send maybe Henri? I don't want Sapphire out here on her own. And have him deliver me a couple of those white baggies that I have in my safe. You know the code.
I can definitely do that for you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, darling, and please tell him to be quick with it.
I'll send him on his scooter.
When did he get a Oh, I leave that boy.
You've been
I
missing
give that.
for quite a while, ma'am.
I need to remember not to give him access to my credit card anymore. Thank you, Jeffrey. Love you, dear. The drugs are on their way.
Good. Let me make a
I
call
will.
then. Yeah, go ahead.
For once, you really read my mind on something. But please go ahead, Miles.
No worries. I'll call in the special cleaners to at least clean these two specific bodies. So because these ones we should not import it into the evidence, and I'll make the call to one of the cleaners.
All right. So
Oh,
that.
Oh, and
So
she shoots. Sorry, she shoots Jeffrey a text and says, "Make sure you and Henri both wear gloves. I'm not springing you from prison."
So we cut the scene really quick. Tatiana is heading down next to the beach section on the back end of St. Julian's.
I was thinking I'm not gonna try to run away that far.
It's not actually that far. It's really close.
Ah, really?
Yes, yes.
It's Malta. Everything is close.
Fair.
5 minutes away, naħseb kemm, not even.
Because I want to transform back to my humanoid form and actually try to, well, firstly, make my appearance more normal and try to find Mumbles, because I think she must be somewhere in this area, probably. That was my idea.
Okay, so you find a safe spot away from prying eyes in a dark parking lot, maybe, perhaps, and you just retransform back into your humanoid self, and you are looking around for any sign of Mumbles that might have joined you, ran with you, or anywhere close by. You head back into the streets.
How do I look like right now? Am I no longer covered in blood?
Oh no,
or
you still have blood on you.
still have? I will try to wipe it out. I think that I will try to tear off my jacket actually. To make from the sleeve of my jacket kind of a scarf to myself. The other spot I will try to wipe the blood. I will try to make a tail with, scrunchy, stuff like that, and wipe as many blood as I can. If I won't be able to do it, I will go to the convenience store that I can find or any other store to buy a bottle of water.
And if you're at the beach, you can use a bit of water, so that will
Oh
help.
yes, I mean this is genius. Yeah, so I'm
You can
near the
just jump
beach.
in.
Even in the dog form and kind of just.
Uh, this is too gun-grill-ish even for me. So just use the seawater to wipe it all.
Okay, give me a craft and manipulation check.
Okay, craft. Where is this?
It's like under physical.
Physical. It's
So you have athletes, brawl, then you have craft.
okay. Second. Ah, yes, I found it. So I don't have craft. So if no craft, then
just then straight on manipulation.
okay. Difficulty is
2.
okay. Zero.
Oh, that's a bestial too.
Yeah. I'm
So,
good. No.
as you're trying to clean yourself, still fresh from your dog transformation, you do this thing where you're licking yourself and like you're wiping and licking, not realizing that it should be the opposite way of you lick to wipe the blood off. Now it's wipe the blood off and lick it off your hands, which is making a complete mess out of the situation. And even as you kind of use your own clothing to cover up, you're still with this infatuation of trying to taste whatever's on you, and people are looking at you really funny. But the beast within you, it doesn't care. Like, this tastes good. Oh, it's like, good old hunting days type, when you just didn't care. It's just going back into those memories for you. So yeah, you're currently looking quite weird.
You know what? I got actually very excited. My beast is excited as well. So it's like remembering my old times when I was swimming in Black Sea in the
For
Crimea.
for a
So
second, I thought
I'm
you were gonna
going
say swimming in blood. It's like, wait, hold on a second.
Yep, yep, yep.
just
That's
Black
why I wait
Sea.
for people to finish.
No, just Black Sea with my gangrels, with my floated knife. So I'm really get rid of all my clothes, but normally not tearing, just put it down, put it off, and I'm going swimming. Yeah, completely naked because I don't care about the people opinion, so I'm just going and
Let your
swim.
freak flag fly.
Yeah, you hear from the back like a whistle, like someone like, "Hey, sexy, can I join you?" Like,
Hashtag free the nipple.
Oh my god.
right. So
Like
you
diving, and my beast is relaxing right now.
you wash yourself up after you skinny dip into the salty ocean, and you come back up. You do this shake, perhaps, and you dress your clothes back on. Knowing
My hair is very bad. I look very, you know,
pretty much, yeah.
pardon my
You do
as well.
so you do notice that at this point in time, you've wasted so much time doing all of this that definitely you're not gonna find Mumbles anywhere nearby. So, what would be your next course of action?
So now I get in my fresh mind again, in my human mind, if I can say so. So like, wait, what the fuck? I lost so much time. What? Why did I do all of this shit? So I'm trying to run away, steal back a bit back to this place just to check what's going on there. Not approaching way too much, but just to check what's going on. If there are lots of people, policemen, just to understand what's going on.
So,
And
seeing that
then
you
maybe,
coming from the backside, you are seeing Miles and Frank and Athena kind of inspecting the situation. At this point, you've actually came up to the point where Miles is talking to Frank, going like, "Cleaners are on their way." So you hear this quite. You're not visible to them, but you do hear this. So it seems like coast is mostly clear. There is a couple of like maybe two policemen here. They're just kind of patrolling to maintain audience control. But yeah, you can easily slide to talk to your fellow companions if you want to.
yeah, I will come very quietly to their backs, just to appear like from out of nowhere and like saying, "Hey, how are you? I'm good. I'm back here."
I turn around and I go, "Oh, Tatiana, thank God," and like give her a quick hug.
Hey,
Are you hurt?
no, I'm just a bit salty. Don't pay attention to it. I'm like trying to, my hair. No,
Yeah,
You
ring it
said-
out.
I'm good.
Delicious.
I know it's strange for me to say, but I don't give a damn about your hair right now. I'm just glad you're safe. Where is Mumbles?
I wish I knew. I was trying all this time to find her, and I didn't make it. So, and did you see what happened here? Apparently, you noticed.
Well, we got a pretty good picture.
Yeah, we made some mess with the mumbles here, but it wasn't our fault. Some kind of fucking hunters came to us and were trying to catch us and kill, so we were a bit mad, and that's why all this happened. So,
Hirschman.
All right. Also,
are you
just a
trying
little
to
note.
cover it? Are you trying to cover it right now?
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
Just call in the cleaners. Frank, I let them know that they'll answer to you. And you let them know what specific areas need to be cleaned out. They'll do the professional job. Let them know who you are. Just give you your name, and then you have the money. Pay them whatever they ask. All right. They'll keep it under quiet. Don't worry. While you guys are doing that, I'll head into the Continental and security area there at least because we have Alistair and an entire barren place to lock down. Anyone you would come with me?
Uh,
Yeah.
Tatiana, go with Miles and get cleaned up and have a rest or whatever it is you want to do. Frank?
Should we
Sorry.
still try to find Mumbles? Because
That's what I'm going to do. Trust
yeah,
me,
but
I'm
I
not
can
going
help
to leave
you.
her out here on her own.
I'm a bit worried for her as well because she was in this, beast
But
mad
this,
mode.
how you take Athena, you take Tatiana with you. At least you have some. You
Okay.
have another
I
form
really,
with you. I can
I
take care of
really
the
love
content
to help.
myself.
I really love to help with this. With finding
Yeah, and we
Okay.
need to get Mumble's priority right now because we're trying to keep this situation under lock and key because this is a masquerade breach. We want to make sure this is
Don't talk
all.
about masquerade breaches.
Sorry, sorry.
Oh,
It was a
man,
breach.
calm.
That's it.
Boss.
It was a breach.
Issa.
Frank,
So who's doing what? You're
you're
going
taking
to
care of this.
Intercontinental.
I'm going with Continental. Those
Boss.
two will invest. Will try to search Mumbles. You're gonna stay here and take care of this and see if there's anything else, maybe, and also see if there's any like evidence for these guys, because we're not done with the Inquisitors. They
Yes,
breach on our land.
yes. What else? I need someone else. Something else. I look at
will-
Athena.
I will text Henri and tell him. I will text Henri and tell him to meet you. He just to give you a description. He is a god with a goatee and very finely sculpted hair. He is probably going to be wearing jeans and a tank top because he loves his body a bit too much. And God help me, he's going to be riding an electric scooter. He's going to give you two bags of 5 grams of cocaine each. Use them as you will. Just don't let him get his fingerprints on them.
I rolled a good roll on willpower, but when you say god with a goatee, I'm not sure if I should say this, but like Frank's like, and you're not sure how to interpret it as you will. But okay. Now,
Don't touch him.
Alright.
He's mine.
ma kemm mhu sexy da, man. Anyway, so Don,
Wait, was that
I have
supposed
to
to be
make
the-
the most. I have to make the most weighted roll I've been waiting for. Can I do manipulation investigation now? Mess with the crime scene a little bit.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright. It's my biggest pool.
Dawn, was that supposed to be the scooter?
Yes. You see said described individual coming off this scooter. Franco,
6 successes, but 1 willpower. I think my willpower is almost 0 or...
yeah, you're running out, dude.
I am. But it's 1 willpower, so it got me 2 successes at least.
Athena is fixing her hair and turns to Tatiana. How do I look?
Perfect as always and very
Thank you.
Toreador.
Thank you. I love that answer. And she turns to Henri. Darling, there you are.
Oh, hello, Athena. Mwah, mwah.
Wait, you do know he's her lover, right? Like he's one of the 2
Yeah.
people she keeps.
Yes.
Okay.
The pets.
Yes.
My God, what are you doing here? What is that smell?
Never mind that. Did Jeffrey give you what I need?
Oh, the goodies. And he starts shaking the bags in front of you, like.
She grabs them. Act natural, will you? She hands them to Frank. She hands them to Frank.
Huh?
There you go. Use those. You,
I'm
darling.
all
It's just-
but natural, he says to your comment.
Yes, I know. And if you promise to be a good boy, I will get you those lip fillers that you want. She kisses his hands. Go home.
But I was getting all excited that I'm going to be in this.
Darling,
You always
you
get
know
all
what?
you always get all the fun.
Henri,
Yes.
go home.
Oh, I'll stop being a bad boy. Okay. And he walks over to
You'd better.
he walks over to the scooter. Sorry. Ta-ta, darlings.
I love. She turns to Miles and to Frank. Neither of you say a single word. Grabs Tatiana's hand and goes. Just goes.
Miles has just the confusion face on, like
I'm
looks at Frank, looks at
Frank
the You know what? Never mind. I'll just get to the Continental. They're on their way. I need to drink something after this. And he just leaves to the Continental. Just tries to forget what he just saw in the last couple of minutes. And he's gonna whisper and mumble to himself. I should just cloud memory in the mirror. That might help.
When we're going together afterwards, when we're going together with Athena, I start to cough like I'm sorry, I have allergy to sugar,
Ooh.
Oh, don't. You know you would if you could.
So,
Now, where did you see Mumbles run off to?
Where did I see it? In
Ye-
which direction?
you have no idea. You have no recollection.
I didn't notice at all.
No.
Lovely.
I will say though that one of you for sure knows that Mumbles is able to obfuscate. So I'm just saying. I think Tatiana would know for sure because she's done it.
Remind the perpetual noob what obfuscate means or whatever.
To
Invisibility.
hide.
Like to turn invisible, basically.
Ah, perfect. I use sense the unseen.
Yeah, she actually can try to track you to see you.
Yeah, she
With
does
our-
Yeah, I
have-
mean, she's no longer there, but
Yeah, but
Yeah, she
Not
just
the
saying-
Intercontinental either, unless you went there. Mumbles, that
I don't
is.
know where she went.
No.
Mumbles.
so maybe
Okay. Okay. Do we? So
any idea where she could go? Back to her shelter or to some of our points where we can meet, or
Ooh.
what do you think?
Actually, Frank would message Mumbles and say just status question mark, if that's
As you're typing the message just before you send it, a call comes in.
me.
On which
okay.
phone? On which phone?
Frank's phone.
Frank.
Uh-huh.
So he's typing and the call comes in, like interrupting his text. And you almost hit answer, but I'm gonna let you choose if you answer or not. It's your sire.
Oh god. No! No! Okay, timer. Hello.
Frank.
Hmm.
What's going on?
I wish I knew, man.
You better should know, Frank.
I
Have you seen Facebook?
haven't had the chance.
Well,
to continue this
I'll
thing. Yes.
I'll make it short and quick, Frank. There's
So I need to call Paul.
you know you have to call Paul.
I had too many things at once.
Why can't I contact the Baron? What's wrong with that phone? Where's
The Baron will not be joining us for the rest of his life.
what happened to Gregory?
I have crew at the Intercontinental as we speak. I feel, oh god, like, it's so bad, but okay, yeah. Tina happened. Well,
That was rude.
that situation.
Frank,
Not her. Yes.
15 minutes at the Baron's place. She cuts.
And the mask.
She cuts on
okay.
you.
Frank is there trying to manipulate the scene, but obviously he's like confused now. And he'll tell the police that it's is there cleanup crew there as well?
They haven't arrived yet.
Haven't arrived yet. I'll tell the police to cordon off the area. Well, I did that already. Both have manipulated the scene good enough, and I say, listen, this is a drug bust. This will not go well if we mention it. This whole olive branches and doves know what to do. There are no journalists here, man. And I go into the full mode. I tap into his ambition the most, and it's like, until they get lost your promotion, bro, that kind of attitude. And now, Anyone asks, this was a case of extreme human trafficking. She tried to escape. There was a lot of drugs. We'll handle her accordingly. What's your name, boy?
Um, he looks at you, still kind of clouded, just like me. Joey. Why?
Kiss me. Joey.
Joey.
Surname, number.
Joey Shriha. Badge number 473, sir.
473. 473. Give him my card. Keep the journalists out of it. And
I'll try,
see what
sir.
I can do. All right. How did I manipulate the scene, Don? Like, if you want to describe it, that's all.
I mean, you moved pieces around. You picked up a few shells here and there, so you kind of place it to look like it
They
was.
killed each other.
You know, exactly. So, but I don't want to spend on that scene too much because there's not much about it.
All right.
Shall we move forward? Are you telling the others that you had the call? Well, they know you.
The
had-
others are not with me.
Okay.
They are to the Intercontinental, no?
I am going to the Intercontinental.
Only Miles.
Me and Tatiana are going to go look for mumbles.
Yeah, they're gonna search for mumbles.
So a text would be nice. I think. Me personally say.
You want to
Actually,
text
I
her
thought I-
firstly, or try to look?
I'm suggesting it to Frank that he text Athena and Tatiana and let them know what happened with Laura.
I'll just say Intercontinental 15 minutes. That's
Okay.
safe enough.
Intercontinental.
The place where the Baron is, where we were before all this happened.
Shit.
Great.
But we do have the number of mumbles, so we can call her.
Yes, which I am going to do now.
Okay, go for
Unless
it.
you want to do it?
I will listen.
As you try to call, it immediately goes to the message that her mobile is out of service.
Oh, shit.
Mobile provided champer mhux qiegħda f'ġo service. That. Sorry, I tried to replicate it, but I forget how.
So good, so good. Il-numru li ċempe mhux disponibbli palissa. Erġa' prova iktar tard. The number you're trying to reach is not available at this very moment. Please try again later.
Yeah, out of character, I hear that every time I try to call my dad. I text him, he answers fine, but I try to call him, forget it.
All right, so yeah, you're not able to reach Mumbles because she's in an area where reception is busted.
Do I know how far is Mumble's shelter, where we spend one night, day?
You have a recollection of where it is. Unfortunately, if you're going on foot, definitely it's gonna take you a while. Running might be an option. But yeah.
How much is the well?
How much is a what?
Well, so how much it will take
You're gonna pretty much use up an hour of your time to get there.
to get there? Just to get there 1 hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
If she doesn't have a signal, that means that she is either out in the woods, which
We
doesn't
don't have-
particularly make, it's Malta. We don't have woods. The closest you can get is Busquets, and she wouldn't have gotten that far so fast. Or she's underground.
Closest you have to Coterie is the BMX section where they do camping. I've been there. And it's not woods, it's more like not
park.
Busquets, definitely. Yeah, more like.
But it's not so out of the way that you would lose connection with
No,
like
no.
No, probably underground, or if
No.
you're like in a building that has like was constructed in a way that like blocks off internet,
Signals.
Wi-Fi, the signals.
Could
Yeah.
be just the bet you gone down. Who knows? Many reasons, but we don't know.
Damn it, I always tell her to charge her phone while she's asleep. Nobody listens to me about that.
So Athena, you
Oh, her
you
phone.
do get the message from Frank. Intercontinental 15 minutes. So
We either go to the Intercontinental now and look for Mumbles later, or we look for Mumbles now, possibly run out of time, and face Laura's wrath. I vote we go to the Intercontinental. Mumbles knows how to handle herself. We can look for her afterwards.
I believe so. She's kind of one of these very strong vampire women, I would say. So,
She's the strongest vampire I know. Let's go.
well,
So
I knew only one more kindred that was way stronger than her, but it was just one.
It's just
so we turn around and we go to the Intercontinental, and I'm cursing myself that I don't have my motorbike.
all right. So I mean, by foot, it's not that far. You get there in about 10-15 minutes, no problem. Miles is already there. What are you doing there, Miles?
First off, I'm making sure that Alistar is still.
Oh,
He's dead. He's dead, right?
No,
He stay.
Alistair
No,
is
he's-
He's
staked.
staked.
He's
For
staked,
there,
right?
like-
Sorry. So I'm going to just. I'm just gonna put him somewhere where we can all sort of see him. So like set him somewhere, maybe on the floor, somewhere for now temporary. Just sit him there over there, and I'm gonna see if I can access like the Baron's computer and stuff. See if I have access to his stuff or like anything. Maybe check through like his room to see if there's any way to get access to the computer, any evidence, any paper trails, whatever, just to basically be informed about what he has available
So
right
in
now.
relation to the computer, it is password protected. So in order to break that, you're gonna have to use technology and resolve. So that is something that you need to achieve at a 5 or higher.
No, I mean I have 5 dice. I could. So I don't think I'll be able to get all.
Do you have anything with you that can assist you to lower it down to 4?
Probably not. Not
Alright.
unless I can think of. So not this moment. So I don't
Password
think I'll be
book?
able to. But, huh?
A password book?
That's why I'm looking for anything like any papers or like books that he's uploaded or anything that's important that at least I know because I've known the Baron now for as much as everyone else. Anything that I remember from his place, any books, paper trails, anything that I can use to help me either access the computer or just know information about the Baron that he has available. I'll let you decide on that, Dom.
So give me an investigation and wits to try to put yourself in like, if I was the Baron, what would I do?
Yeah. What would I do?
Like if I was Gregory specifically,
I
what
was
would I do?
I'm trying to like if I was Gregory, what would I be doing? Can I use heightened senses aspects? Or
You-
no? Or is it just
No, this is
No.
kind of you're pacing around the room and trying to have that moment of like, if I was Gregory, where would I
yeah,
put
that's
my
still
stuff?
seven
What would
dice.
I do?
Yeah, that's still 7 dice. What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is 4.
4. Per chance, willpower. Did we reset from last session? Or are we still at willpower? No,
Over. It has to. A night has to pass.
Just wanted to check. Just wanted to check to make sure I'm right. All right. Let's see how it goes. You said 4 successes?
Yep.
I just got 4.
Okay.
Nice.
So as you stand there, you do notice that there seems to be. You remember? Hold on. Wait. It's a hotel, right? A hotel has a safe. You go over to the wardrobe section, which is next to the door. Open it up, and you find the safe there. And you realize that it has a fingerprint code that's needed. And you go kind of like, right, kindred, fingerprints don't really work. How would he have activated this?
Yeah.
Give me a quick technology and wits or intelligence, actually. Technology and intelligence.
Mm-hmm. It's 5. Three successes.
3 successes.
Yep.
Right. Gregory. Fingerprint. To
And use
open
fingerprint.
open safe.
Eia, so postafa, eia.
He's
He has a-
right. He has a thing with blood. You start to think to yourself,
Mhm.
you need blood.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Gregory's ashes.
Yeah.
No way of drawing that to open
Then
this
doing that,
place.
yeah. Unless
Unless you want to bust it open.
bust it open, or if there's any leftover traces on it, maybe we could make a copy of it. That could maybe like. I have like the detective's bag for like pickup tools. Maybe like see if I could like. If there was any blood traces there, see if I could like use a sticker of sorts. Nope, nothing. All right,
Unfortunately not.
I have to bust it open. Okay, I'll make a note of that. I'll make a mental note of myself. Like, all right, I'm gonna bust it open then. I'm not gonna.
Okay.
There's no locking on it. Like I can't. I wouldn't. I don't think even I can pick lock it. There's no chance. Yeah, just a standard tape. All right. Close the wardrobe. Make a note. I have a note of that. That there's there. Anything else from the investigation?
Around the room, there's nothing else.
Yeah. Would he maybe have Holden chance? I don't know, like a finger, leftover finger that he uses for the safe.
You,
He's an occult guy.
you could decide
There's a
to
random finger floating in vinegar or something.
Where would you think he hides it? Like, let's be honest. Come on, let's role play this a bit. Like, where do you think he would hide
Yeah,
it?
where would I think? If I was Gregor, where would I hide this? I would hide it in the wardrobe.
Not there.
Alright.
You've checked.
It's on the wardrobe. We've checked. Okay. Is there any? I know he has some occult stuff. He has to place it somewhere in his occult wear. So I'll go to his occult wares where I remember where he does his alchemy stuff. See if it's there. Maybe
Right. It
open
is.
the drawers, check through it.
You do find
Mm-hmm.
a hand, a full-on hand, that is being preserved.
In a jar. I imagine it'll be preserved in a jar. All right, I go. Right, of course. And he goes. I'll just use this as a prop. And he's gonna go and he will open up the jar. He'll like to kind of pull it out a bit. You put the thumb on it.
Opens.
Put it back, and then before I even do this, all right. If I was Tremere, I know there's some blood rituals. So I'm gonna sense the unseen. Do I see any like rituals, like secreted like ritual markings somewhere?
You do.
Okay. Would I be able to break them myself, like as a Tremere?
You could definitely try.
All right.
As Matthew
Well,
Mercer says. You-
Go around and find out.
could I All right. Let me do this. Then I will. I'm gonna see if there's curtains, right? So can I like maybe cut a little bit of curtain rope? Maybe tie my switchblade knife.
okay.
I'm gonna throw it where I know the ritual. I'm gonna basically tie it there. I will just stay away back, throw it, and try to hit like the ritual circle to see if anything happens.
So, give me an athletics and dexterity throw. Just to make sure you hit it.
2 dice.
Let's get those dice rolling tonight.
Hey, 2 successes though at least.
2 successes.
Yeah.
It hits, and the blades. There's like this spark moment as the blade itself starts to liquidize to nothing.
Okay.
With the explosion, you hear Athena jump, and she's coming around the corner, opening the door with Tatiana.
Mercy,
Ah,
good
sorry.
God, what are you doing?
Rituals inspection. No worries. It's just fucking hell. And what? It's just the liquid. No explosion. It's just the blade just sizzled so hard that it basically made an explosion sound. Okay.
Is this anywhere close to where he put the jar with the hand?
It's somewhere nearby. It's near the.
Okay,
you
because
see just
Athena's gonna look around the room.
and you just see a hand jar just there, like a hand. Like it's preserved in the jar. It's closed.
Tatiana
Nice.
is with you, of course, yeah.
Yeah, nice souvenirs you get here.
It's
Points in the
Tremere
rituals,
Laboratory. Look, This is all you get when it's a Tremere. And is the Richard Circle still there, I imagine?
Yeah.
Or is it gone?
No,
Okay, I
it's
say.
still there.
I can't believe this. I'm getting made fun of for being a Toreador and liking how I look, and you guys are putting hands in jars.
It's
I know, it looks
some
funny.
Tremere are weird.
Frank walks in. Frank walks into the commotion of Athena screaming.
He actually had a very good idea. He was using the hand as a fingerprint to keep a safe lock. It's a very brilliant idea. It's disgusting. That's it. Hello.
I don't particularly give a damn how good of an idea it is. It's a hand in a jar. I'm freaking out right now, and you're throwing
Fair enough.
knives at walls. You could have taken someone's eye out.
That's I was alone. Sorry. I was alone. And for security purpose, anyone else who will touch it, your hand will be melted severely. Ritual circle,
What are you-
Tremere magic.
What the hell are you even doing? Laura's coming.
I was just expecting the room to see if there's anything we can pick up, but if Laura is coming, because I just been notified now, thank you. Well then, he'll close the safe.
I turn to Frank and go, "You didn't tell him?"
We got to know about it now.
Well, whatever. Anyway, there's a safe we can open up later, but that's gonna take some time. He takes the safe, he takes the hand in the jar, and moves it back to the alchemist.
There's a lot of things at the moment, and I look at Facebook. What the fuck do I see?
You actually see people sharing the video of Tatiana pretty much tearing up two individuals. And then, there was the interruption that kind of cut the footage.
Oh, that's my normal Friday.
Is the sound on?
Yeah,
Right.
there's screaming from, you could hear it, you hear, "Who lost your, that's just, just swearing in Maltese and just exclamation of, like, big oh my gods, pretty much at the scenery of violence. Frank,
Why are you always looking at me, man? It's like...
no, you asked
Fine.
you asked me what
I
you
know,
see. And that's what you said.
I've rolled willpower. I got a 6 and a 9. Do with it what you will.
Why did you roll willpower?
Occasion stuff, man.
Shits and giggles.
Guys, no. I mean, I got a 2 success. It's up to you to interpret it how you...
Right.
I'm helping you, helping me, kinda. But then I'm like,
Any one of you know someone up
Oh,
there,
man.
very high up, to remove videos like this?
potentially.
You hear a voice as you see the door slide open. It's like, I believe that would be me, Miles.
Miss Laura.
Yes.
This is
Gives a
the-
nod.
Take a seat, wherever you can. I'm highly disappointed in all of you, especially you, Frank. You should know better.
Did we, sorry for interrupting, did we meet this lady before? Because I can't...
You haven't met her, so she's this redhead, green. Have you seen Coteries of New York? She's like the title character.
Oh, okay.
Short hair, curled up in a style which was mostly fashionable a while. Well, it's still in fashion, but it has a certain vintage touch to it. That's it. Probably smoking a cigarette. That.
No, she's not smoking at this point. Like,
Not,
what?
not. Oh no.
At this point, she looks very pissed off.
Relax and pay up. I'm gonna smoke you.
Excuse me.
A masquerade breach. She looks over to Tatiana and she's like, a masquerade breach? Like,
I'm sitting right on the floor and I look like I'm actually bored because,
is
I've
that
seen
not a
some
thing
shit
that
works.
you do in from where you're from?
No.
Nice to meet you too. My name is Tatiana.
Well, I think courtesies of introductions are way past due at this point, Tatiana.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry for all this mess happening. I just
Sorry?
seen it, but Yes?
No, seriously, explain yourself. Does the masquerade mean nothing from where you come from?
Well, I mean, these guys, hunters, attacked us, and I was just protecting myself, and that was it.
She,
It,
in disbelief to this answer, she looks over to Frank. It's like, I don't
I
know.
wasn't there. I was cleaning her mess, okay? We were
if
cleaning her mess. Us three.
if I may interject, Laura, nice to see you again, by the way. Sorry it's under these circumstances. However, Tatiana does come from a, let's say, culture where the masquerade just isn't a thing. She's a gangrel. She lived in the wild. Is that right, Tatiana?
Yeah, we are
Uh,
from Crimea. I am from Crimea.
yes.
We're, well, pretty free back there, but here there are lots
So
of rules, so I'm sorry, I didn't really belong
she
here.
she has yet to learn all of our customs. I'm doing my best. She's staying with me. Um, and we did do our best to cover our tracks. The only issue is that we have yet to find Mumbles. In the meantime,
No, the only issue is that we're looking at a very big problem. Not to mention, we have no Baron right now, from my understanding,
that's correct.
to kind of start directing the ship. Now, I'm not one that wants to take this position, as much as people think I do. So, we're here and we have to kind of establish who is going to take lead. Permanently, by the way, this is not a temporary sitting down on the throne situation.
Right now, the situation is there's a lot of things going on right now to immediately put a Baron here. We have not. We have just had the Inquisition try and shoot on our own kindred. We just have other problems going around Malta that we have to deal with right now. So, while I do agree we maybe should
Now,
let Baron,
at the
we have to
moment,
solve the current situations we have.
Sounds like a lot is on your plate. How about a buffet while we're at it? Why not?
Actually,
No,
I am
not
hungry,
funny,
but
Tina.
anyway.
Not funny at all. I'm not laughing.
I am
I'll
hungry
try
right
to
now.
call Paul.
You haven't even called Paul yet.
I have priorities. I call Paul and I see if I can I would have called Paul before, yep, just in case.
Oh no!
Until.
Now we're role playing it.
All
And
right,
calling
fair.
him
Fine.
now.
Right. Fair.
So,
All right.
remind me again who Paul is. Sorry, I'm looking at my
Is
I'm looking at my
I
notes.
know Paul as, at least I know Paul as the Malkavian that helped us in the first session, and the one who has many minions who may know something about IT. Issa jak ma nafx xejn.
All
Played
right.
by was played by Ash.
All right. So yeah, you give a call to Paul. Paul is like, "Hey, what's up?"
Typical Paul.
Yes, that's a very friendly voice on the other end. It's like, I'm guessing you're not calling to go back down to Portugal, am I? Like,
I wish I was away, man. Listen, we need your minions and yourself to help us with a certain matter. If you check Facebook at the moment, it's a bit of a mess. Where are you?
Give him a sec.
well, I'm chilling at home. I was kind of starting up a new project, but yeah, sure. I mean, I'll be more than happy to help.
All right.
So, is it by any chance that video that I saw of some kindred tearing up another kindred?
Not another kindred.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a good thing it's Facebook, because they have terms and conditions for that stuff. So all we gotta do is report it, and it goes bye-bye. But I'll make sure it's off their servers too. It's gonna take me a while to get through, but by tomorrow morning, it won't be around the web anymore.
That project of yours.
Mm-hmm.
How much money?
Well, the funding is needed to kind of start everything up, so we're looking at around 35 euros, 1,000 euros. Yeah, somewhere. I mean,
Sorted.
seriously? Dude, like, you're the best.
And you just see Frank going, yeah, I'm the best. But he doesn't voice it. It's like, thank you, man. Yeah, I know I'm the best. All right.
Consider it done, my amigo.
Yeah, you can call me my boy.
All right.
All right.
Oh,
And then
if
it's
you're
like,
if you're
you
with
have something-
Miles, if you're with Miles, tell him I miss him. It's been a while since I've seen him.
We miss you too, man. We miss you too. He says, our boy says he miss you here. Titelo hello, huh?
You
Yeah,
see,
sure.
You see.
Laura's
Laura's
okay, shit. We have Paul will handle it, but until tomorrow.
Evening, Paul.
So he's doing his best.
I think
All right. So
I think everyone needs to take a breath, and we definitely need to discuss about something.
well, you can't breathe anyway. So let's calm down for a moment. Take a seat.
You need room service, Miles.
I'm good, thank you. Well, ugh. No, I need room service.
Yes, you do. I look at Athena as well, and that
Linen room.
Tatiana. What's her name? That
Eat.
one, the nice uniformed waitress of last time.
I never gave a name.
You
Maybe
mean
she had a name tag or something.
The room service. You mean? Just call rooms. I mean, call whatever this. I made.
I'm sure there's just like one button on the phone in the room.
Actually, this would be easy. Is there like blood around? Is there like a ball of wine around here?
Oh yeah,
Like,
it's
would I be able to have
it's-
blood in it? Like,
there's one sitting on the
To the minibar.
yeah, there's probably there. So I'm gonna pop it up and I'll look around. Like, who needs a drink? Quick drink to.
Oh yes, make yourselves at home. Why don't you? Gregory's not here anymore, so why not? Frank, you're looking very comfortable calling the shots, it seems. So let's talk about that, shall we?
Someone has to call the shots. I mean,
Yes, and
these
someone
guys have.
So
Think I like doing this, don't you? Think it's not like these guys will not try to stab me in the back while they get the chance someday, you know. It's not like I haven't read history and politics to know how this ends up, right? Hail Caesar! Beware the Ides of March, Caesar!
it looks like there's something you want to talk about, Frank. Let's air the room. People have to understand what you're talking about. Or shall I start the subject?
Barrons dead. We apprehended the killer. He's here.
He's my sire.
Points at the staked man. No worries.
We were trying to make sense of that situation when this situation happened, so
Let's hold on, because I want to talk more about your sudden compulsion that you had just there. Hail Caesar, and we all know what you meant by that. I'm gonna tell them if you're not. Like, they need to know if we're gonna make this decision, we're gonna do this properly, unlike last time.
what last time? Want to bring that subject here?
We need a new Baron. Now, I have put my position as not available for candidate. So, and I don't know if it's coming across clear enough, but I'm saying you look like you're calling the shots, and I'm saying, are you interested in taking the position? Would you like to be a candidate? Anyone in this room would like to be a candidate in that matter.
We discussed a little bit about this. Miles doesn't want us to be anarchs, he wants us to be independent, God bless. As if that's such a thing that can happen. The rest, I'm not sure. Tina has been under Baron Gregory's grasp, so she's the least knowledgeable about the situation at present. But we have a dead Baron, we have to have someone permanent. But I cannot be the Baron or whatever if I do not have your guys' trust and loyalty. And if I don't have that loyalty, you won't have my in exchange. So we have to
You,
tackle the unfortunate subject.
you even want to be Baron. Sounds like you don't want to be.
Sometimes the best leaders are the ones who do not want to be leaders, Miles, who do not want the spotlight.
Well,
There's a Roman senator called Cincinnatus. He was one of the few who was elected, and then he chose to step down when the time was right. Not a very well-known story.
Which is something that Gregory was supposed to do, I believe, but he never found the will, I guess, to step down.
Power corrupts.
Yes, unfortunately it does. And we know that's better than anyone, right, Frank? Athena, you get a text message from Mumbles, which reads, "I'm fine, free for a call."
I've just located Mumbles. Grab
Great.
the phone and hit
I'm just
call.
coming to Fina very quickly and listening like near
I
the
put it
phone.
on speaker.
Ah, okay.
Athena?
Mumbles, thank God. Where are you?
Are you okay?
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Yes, I'm fine. You weren't out looking for me, were you?
We kind of were, actually. And we have a situation, and we are now at the Intercontinental, and I do believe it might be best if you get down here ASAP.
Well, you see, I'm a little busy. But,
What are you doing?
well, in about, and there's a slight pause, 30 minutes or so, I will have a nice surprise for all of you. I will call you back with more details.
Now
Bye-bye.
playing 7-5.
Was it the airport?
That sounded like she was on a plane, or she was about to board a plane.
We'll see. All right. Well, she said she'll be back. She'll give us in 30 minutes. We all can trust Mumbles that she'll do as she says in 30 minutes.
Oh, the Baron is here, the other one.
I think it's probably something else, maybe. We'll see. She'll give us the details in 30 minutes. Hopefully she sounds safe. She doesn't sound injured.
We need to fix everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we've done our best with the Masquerade breach. We need to take care of that bastard. And she points to Alistair.
Yes, but that bastard, my dear, can only be dealt with once we established a Baron. I'm sorry, I really am, but this has... If we're gonna do things the right way, this is the way we have to move forward.
Fine.
Or we're no better than the Sabbats.
Fine. Well, if Frank is being so tedious about it, then I will throw my hat in the ring.
Okay.
I'll throw second just in case. If we gotta get things done, we better get this done together.
I agree.
Okay.
All right.
I like what's happening here, Frank. I don't know about you. But before they take such a position, I think they should know what they're getting themselves into, don't you?
Seat of power is never easy. Crown lays heavy on the head.
Do you ever speak in
Unless
anything
you
but
have,
riddles?
you of all people should be the one to understand some of those riddles. But you don't, Athena, unfortunately. I have to be more. I have to take my riddles down a notch. Remember that lesson I gave you with Baroque? It went completely over your head. This is the Baroque I was telling you about. The pain that will create the beauty. Now, I think we need to address one particular matter which was irking most of us, me included. It's the former Gregory, Baron Gregory Zammut. If I am Baron, there will be no blood bonds. There will be no cups filled with blood. And if they are filled with blood, blood will not be consumed. The Gregory and I, we liked something called loyalty. And that is what I will offer you, and that is what I will expect in return. Haven't had much loyalty lately. A lot of trust issues, which I understand, but I got the job done. Your sire is down.
By my hand?
Yes, but I lured him in, the gangrels took him down. You didn't do it single-handedly, much as you like to
Neither did you.
agree. Exactly. Well, you weren't there when I was there, but my point wasn't to do it single-handedly. My point was to show you that we together, with our strengths and our weaknesses, we have to complement each other.
What I think Frank is trying to say as she lights up a cigarette now, calming herself down more, is we need a solid team, unlike how things were with Gregory. Gregory came to the point where he was calling the shots rather than working with a common goal. Isn't that right, Frank?
If he were calling the shots and getting shit done, I wouldn't have complained as much, but results left much to be desired, and
well, let's face it, Gregory always was one who liked the throne just for its cushioning. It is why we agreed for him to become Baron in the first place, I believe.
May I propose something then?
Go ahead.
It seems some of us have no issue becoming better, and also some of us maybe are a bit reluctant, just so we can get the job done. And Laura, it seems there is this focus that you need the Baron for the control. But, as I see fit here, us, as a coterie, we don't work with necessarily one above all, or we work with trust. We work with loyalty together. We adapt. We do well, not because one leads us, is because we all complement each other in our skill sets in what we can do. So instead of focusing that we should put a Baron here, let us take care of this domain.
But someone has to be the figurehead at least, Miles.
There doesn't need to be a figurehead. We just need to run the show. There doesn't need to be a man up top.
Let's call it a council.
Yeah.
Fair. The Baron always needs counselors, needs
There doesn't need a Baron to be a Baron.
There
Just a
doesn't need
council
to
of
be a-
us individuals. Sorry,
Okay.
Athena, my bad.
Let me put it this way,
There's
Frank.
always a leader.
Let me put it this way, Frank. If you take the top of a pyramid off, the rest of the structure still remains intact. But if you remove the base, the top comes crumbling down. The top is not necessarily the base is. We would be the base. We don't need the top. It's like Miles's hat. It doesn't need to be there, but it is. Frankly, I think he looks better
Someone
without it.
will always.
Thank you.
The analogy of the pyramid is not the best one here because the top, yes, it will always rest on the base. But when the decisions are hard to make, the Baron has to be at the base then.
I
So
mean, think of it this way, Frank. If, when you had been embraced, and rather than the way things went down with your actual sire, because I think they need to know this, I'm not your actual sire here. You think things would have went down the way they did? We would have all voted back then that your actual sire and yourself would have been in safe grace, and your sire would still be alive till today. None of that shenanigans that happened in the past would have happened if we had such an idea. I know it goes against all that we know traditionally, and I know we're ones for tradition, but I see a lot of benefit in what Miles and Athena are saying.
But in a council, there is always a leader. He doesn't need to be a tyrant. He needs to be, or she needs to be a leader.
We will.
Now, if she calls, if they call themselves Baron or Dukes Bellorum or
this?
whatever,
Council,
it's immaterial. But
let's
there
think.
always needs to be a leader with direction.
Let's think.
We'll have-
I hate to use the camera as a base. I'm so sorry.
But that's the one you know, so go for it.
That's the one I know.
Exactly.
Of course, the prince always led. They always made the fantasy, but the prince had people around him, people they chose to make certain positions. You had the sheriff to keep the law and safe. You had the herald who would go be the spokesperson for the Camarilla. You had the Primogen Council who would advise on certain matters to the prince. Now, it doesn't mean we have to follow that book, because I don't like that book also, primarily because of the elders and how they treat us neonates. But I think we can follow a model where instead each of us focus on areas we're good at. For example, you, Frank, you're good with logistics. You're good with what money is spent, and you know where it can go. Athena, you're good with as a spokesperson. You know how to speak and twist the right words where it needs to go. I just know how to investigate and understand these weird rituals. Tatiana is our muscle, along with Mumbles, our other muscle, a very good muscle. Both of you know in your certain areas. We're each specialized in certain areas, and we don't really work. And while there can be a leader, but there's need one. We just need to speak and hear to each other, adhere by our own codes we have to set up here, follow, of course, the standard traditions and rules we have. Tradition can work, but sometimes, let's be honest, at least for Gregor in my experience, as much as Gregor has been alright with me in the past, in recent years he's gone not 100% sane.
He was mad.
He was a bit mad. He even called, I think I heard someone say he called me a cami bastard or something like that. I don't remember exactly. I don't disagree with your analogy, Frank. It's just that I believe it is better that we all be as a councilman ourselves. Focus on our strengths. Pinpoint
Miles
the areas.
has
The
the point.
Council of Venice was also a council, Miles, but there was a big bad doge who would be the lead. So,
You know
at
what,
the top of my
Frank?
head, I cannot think
To
of
have a leader,
anything.
Miles has a point. So you can be just, flock a community that learn how to listen each other, and that's enough. That's how I used to live as well. It's not necessary to have a leader. It's necessary to listen each other, and this is just enough to handle stuff and survive.
It's called democracy.
Yes, but in democracy, you still have a prime minister and an elected member
And
of
look,
Yes.
and
parliament.
look at how well that's going for the country.
And how will it be different for us? And be an oligarchy, which is much
Here's the
more.
thing: we don't know.
You know
I don't
what?
know how it will work.
You know what, Frank? You
You
talk
can
about
always do what the old gods did. You can see how this goes. Maybe someone rules for 6 months, someone rules for the other 6 months. We'll take stock and we'll get the results from there. How about that?
that sounds like a lot of playing around for nothing.
No, at least you have 6 months and you prove yourself or you don't.
It depends on the 6 months. If during my term the 6 months are chaotic and hectic, then I'm going to have
Yes,
a much harder
a
chance, a
certain.
much harder time than say your 6 months, which might be peaceful. And frankly, if we do that, then I hope
I
that
don't
is the
think any
case
of the
for
6 months will be peaceful.
You talk a lot of loyalty, Frank. Need I remind you that I had the Prince of the Camarilla handing me everything that I wanted on a golden platter, and I said no. Do you
Did
know
you
why?
now?
Do you know what I told him?
I
Do you
did
know
not
what?
know this, so no.
Do you know what I told him? Why I said no? Because of you.
Indulge us.
Because of you. Because of all of you and Mumbles. You are my family. The only family I can ever think to have on this earth ever again after what he did to me. And she points at Alistair. And now you're telling me that someone has to be head of the house? I didn't believe that bullshit from my father in the 70s, and I'm not going to believe it from you now.
Frank, let's make it clear what I can see right now. No one of us wants to obey, but all of us want to cooperate.
Except for you.
Obey is a very harsh term, I know. Obey
You-
implies seniority and inferiority. I get where you're coming from, Tatiana. You were very angry when Gregory asked for a blood bond, and rightly so. Oh no. I need you guys to understand that I am not Gregory.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, I will be very angry at you if you fuck up, as I am usually. That doesn't change much, does it?
You
So I
hear
will.
like fingernails tapping at the door. And as
That's
it
Mumbles.
and as it opens, you see a individual with her hair tied back, smart suit, red tie, and you hear her come in.
Oh no, she wants to make a power move.
Sorry for being late.
Mumbles, thank God. And
The
she
fuck
rushes
have
over.
you been? What
She
happened to
rushes.
you?
Athena rushes over to her and hugs her, and she doesn't care about how Mumbles is going to answer to that. She's been worried sick about her for ages.
Yeah, she kind of like stiffens a bit and goes like, there, Athena, I'm fine. Although the display of affection is nice. She'll gently detach.
Yeah, she steps away. Where have you been? Did I hear you at the airport while you were on the phone?
Right. I was picking up some family. But that is perhaps a story for another time. I seem to have interrupted something.
Mumbles, good to
Yes,
see you again.
we need a new Baron, and all all of us, save for Frank, think that there should be no Baron. We should just have a council
Right.
between us.
That doesn't surprise me. I guess that ties in very nicely with where I came from just now, which is Pieta. And Mumbles will take out her phone and show Athena a picture of a certain individual called Mark being staked.
Oh, this day just keeps getting better and better.
So, remember, thank you for providing that space, by the way. Good evening, Laura. Hope you are well.
She lights up another cigarette and kind of shows you the packet because she knows you smoke.
Yeah, she'll take one, light it up.
You're
Well,
rather more well dressed than usual, Mumbles, tonight. What's the
yes.
Thank you, I like
occasion?
it.
Well, I've made a decision. I've made a decision to act and stop waiting. I'm too impatient for waiting. Well, Mouse, you remember Mr. White,
Mm-hmm. Of course.
and you remember, of course, Mark and his tendency to want to break the masquerade.
Of course.
Well, me and Norman had a very interesting chat.
Mm.
It turns out that Mark and the Baron of Pieta were working together with the Second Inquisition to kidnap new kindred. And she makes a very pointed glance to Tatiana to turn them into crystals and sell them.
Mm.
You what?
I know.
With me? Turn into crystals?
Yeah.
Over
with
my
this,
dead body.
well, with this
Why?
sunscreen.
Why not you? Why not
Well,
some other random
Money.
kindred?
Not specifically you, simply because you are new, and if they would have taken you, like Mark was trying to do,
But they would have missed you.
exactly,
They
Frank,
were wrong.
Very
they
wrong.
were
But that's
simply too late.
thinking like Mark and the Baron of Pietà is thinking. So the Baron of Pietà is in Malta or no? Or you have no news about that matter?
As she shows him the photo of Mark being staked.
To all of
Yeah,
us?
but is who else is there? Like, is there the Baron?
There is the
The-
prince. She's gonna let that hang in there for
Yeah,
just a
sure.
little bit,
Okay.
and she starts to grin. So, you remember Mr. White, Miles, don't you?
Yeah.
We had a little chat, and we decided to take matters into our own hand, with the very exquisite help of Norman, by the way.
Good. All right.
I managed to broker a deal. The Camarilla would get Mark and judge him according to their ways, and I wouldn't have to bother with killing the fucking bastard.
Good
So
move.
now, remember that room where we were talking about what would we like for our future? What if we had our own domain? We want to
What
be
if you had
independent. We want to be anarch. What do we want to do? And I brought up the point of how would we even keep hold of a territory once we acquire it? And then I had a certain possibility of making that happen. I'm sure you remember very vividly, Frank, as you were trying to eavesdrop me arranging this.
qualche cosa sul barone e il suo becco, sì.
I
And
don't
something
actually.
about a Baron and the beak. And the beak you would know as inner lingo of the mafia to wet your beak. So,
Okay. Because I was gonna say,
there's
out of character,
becco
I don't
and
speak Italian,
no, of
so
course you don't. But I've been wanting to say that. To wet one's beak is to have a share, basically. That's how they say it.
yeah. I have shared with Miles a little bit because this, well, I'm sure you all know and are aware of certain families present in Italy, yes, and I am from one of such families. La Cosa Nostra, if you will.
Jesus.
We'll
I,
go
You once
Vella and
again?
Carwan are one such families,
So,
but there are
what's
many
your
families.
true name then, if not Mumbles? I mean,
I hope
I
it's
don't think she will share.
something illustrious. Signorina Sussurro sarebbe un po'
No.
disagio.
Perhaps one day I will share with you that story, but as I told Matthew as well, this was already the way I was before I was turned. Heather, nah, she hasn't lived for a very, 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 very long time. By all means and purposes, she's dead. But enough dramatics.
I'm sorry, did you just say Heather?
Yes.
That's how the mask appears. Can't expect her to have Mumbles Buttigieg on her ID card or passport, do you?
Well, yeah, but
No.
I've only ever known her as Mumbles.
And that's how it's going to stay that way, Athena. If you
Fine by me.
One
I
day
don't
I'll
think
tell you a
anything.
story.
right. But enough about me and my family ties. I've managed to make an arrangement with my Baron. My Baron. Gregory was never my Baron. He was just a Baron. For all intents and purposes, I have taken Pieta, but it was my gift to you and for those who would like to join me to take it for our own.
So this Baron Emmanuel, we have no idea where he is. Is he a status, alive, dead?
He's no
Saved?
longer in Malta, if I remember correctly.
MIA, yes.
And,
So that's still an issue, but okay.
well, if he comes back, we'll kill him.
So
You know the La Sombra have a lot of ties to your country, right?
Yeah, we'll
Very
deal with it.
Latin.
I no longer
Oh,
live
sorry,
there.
Athena, you wanted to say something.
sorry, did Mumbles just tell us she's a Baroness now?
Well,
Looks like she is of Pietà. And this is why I really was trying to push that we get this sorted. This is quite a power play, Mumble, I must say. Unexpected.
I love it.
No, it wasn't unexpected at all, but well done.
What do you mean,
Chapeau.
Frank? What do you mean not unexpected? Am I that out of the loop of what's going on here?
Nostra cara amica qua ha fatto una telefonata.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Qualche barone che non conosco il nome. Questo barone venga dal paese che si chiama. He will check it at Mumbles and he's like, paese pittoresco di none of my fucking business. So, come on, Laura.
yeah, you're
know
gonna have to say that in
we-
English because I don't understand Italian.
Yeah, if you're
Out
gonna
of
say
character.
Italian,
That's something like this lady here made a phone call. The Baron who belongs to the place of none of my fucking business. That's what you said last time, remember?
Yeah,
So
indeed.
there's that. Oh no, I mean, pero you know, compliments, my compliments. I will, however, advise you, as Machiavelli said, that taking power and keeping power are two different things, and with the Baron missing in action, that seat is not a very easy one. It wouldn't be easy without any Baron contesting it, so you're
Exactly
always here.
the point that I made back in that villa. I, for all intents and purposes, do not appoint myself to be this baron of this territory. My vision was always to share it with the kindred that I trust not to stab me in the back or eavesdrop on my conversations when I'm asking them not to.
There's a lot of conversation about stabbing in the back tonight. What's going on?
Well,
I've proven my loyalty.
Nature of
And that's the
kindred, man. It's nature of human
Cloak and
beings.
daggers, lies, manipulations. It is not my preferred tactic, and that is also how I wish to keep things this way. Now, those of you who would like to, if you do not see any cause to outcast me, we will run this territory together. But in the very least, I have procured us a means to actually keeping this territory and turning it into something better, more profitable, more useful.
So we have Pietà and we have St. Julian's area.
Do we now? Is this what this is all about?
Yes.
There is no
Yes.
burn of the St. Julian's area. As
Gregory's dead.
currently,
He's currently a pile of ashes. And if somebody opens a window, he's not going to be sitting there for very long. We should probably clean him up, by the way. It seems a bit weird.
Well, I'm sure one of these modern Roombas can make quick work of it.
Definitely.
so
So,
Pietà is without a baron, but there will be former members of his
oh
coterie
no,
too.
it does have a baron if none of you take me up on my offer. Do let me be
But
clear.
yes, what I meant to say was what happened to Emmanuel's other associates? They sleeping with the fishes.
I do not know. Let them come if they want. If Mark didn't take care of them, we will.
Do you have any information that I do not know, Laura? Ma'am?
I am worried about one thing, the way this is introduced, and I'll answer your question shortly, Frank. That kind of talk, Mumbas, suggests that you're okay with civil war here. And
If-
Anarch against Anarch, nonetheless. Which... We're very small as an island. I don't know if you've realized that, and that's, not
Oh.
the way things are,
Of
ideally
course.
to go down.
But I am prepared to fight if it comes to it. What they do is up to them. Their baron has fled. They haven't appointed a new baron and have been satisfied with the sheriff being its part-time baron, so I see no reason why this should be any concern. And if it becomes it, well, we've got a whole coterie of problem solvers now, don't we?
Mumbles.
Hmm.
When I was on the other side of the island, dealing with something that was completely new to me, and being faced with an issue that I honestly didn't know how I was going to get myself out of it. You were the first person I called, and you immediately came to my side. If this is what you want, then I will be by your side, as you are by mine.
Thank you.
Tatiana.
I feel safe myself finally in the last few days, I should say. I don't know how it sounds, but still, so I'm going to be by your side, guys, anyway, because I trust you.
Well, that's the ladies then, gentlemen.
Miles,
Sorry, just a moment. When Tatiana says that to Mumble, she's actually gonna extend her hand.
So I will give you my hand then back.
Yeah, she'll just give it a little squeeze before letting go.
I appreciate that. And nodding.
Miles looks as when Athena called them out, and he looks to Mumbles, looks the rest of them. Well, ever since Gregor almost shunned me out, I guess you can say, doubting of my loyalty and trust because of his doubts, I always was never sure about having a leader on top. Especially ever since I ran away from Camelot. I don't care about politics. I don't care about the matters of the game. All I care about is getting the job done we have. And
The two are not mutually exclusive, much as we hate to admit it.
that's unfortunate. But if I can get the job done, I know I can do it with the rest of us. He'll stand up, move some flakes away from his coat. He'll walk beside you guys. He'll take his hand. He'll put his hands. He mumbles, "Would you accept me, as you've done many times before?"
She actually opens her arms. Come
Aw.
on, you know you want
Okay.
to.
All right. He'll give you.
Yeah.
Aww.
Aw.
And she'll end it with like a big slap on the back. And she's actually like, you know, sometimes she laughs because she's cruel, but this is like a genuine like
Genuine laugh.
smile of being very pleased.
Not too hard.
Laura looks over at Frank and she gives him kind of an eye that you understand that this is not something she's too happy about, but
Not something Frank's too happy about because we're spreading ourselves too thin.
Well,
Laura kind of stands straight. I'm not going to be in your way, Mumbles. However, if you do need my services, Frank will be more than enough to get in touch with me.
an offer that is appreciated and reciprocated. This changes nothing about our working relationship, in my eyes.
Understand this, Mumbles. I don't like the way you did things, and I'm gonna
I
be
don't care.
and that's okay. You don't have to, but I'm gonna vocalize it anyways. I don't appreciate the way you did things, the way you've handled the situation. I see that you did what you thought was right for the sake of everyone. However, the last time that happened, that got one of my person friends killed.
Right, Frank Sire, right?
You weren't there.
Don't speak about it like you know what happened. You
But I actually do. That's the funny bit.
you weren't there when things went down the way they did. She
No.
was not meant to see sunlight. That fate was not meant for her. In any case, I trust that that won't repeat itself, at least with you at the helm.
No.
I'm gonna hold you to that. And I'll be the first person to make sure you're staked in sunlight if you ever break that.
Well, Laura, you can certainly try.
We'll see. And she walks out of the room.
Wow. Yeah, she's too bitchy to be your sire, Frank.
She's way better than my original sire, and she knows what she is.
Well. What about you? What do you think? I know you don't like me. I know you don't trust me.
Put it mildly.
The only thing I want to
I'll
know,
stay
Frank.
in Slema, and you guys can contact me. But as things stand, you just replaced one Baron with another.
I think she make it
And
clear that we're not obeying her, but we're more like her friend
we'll
that she can
see in
listen
6
for us.
months, Tatiana. We'll see in 6 months. That's what. Haven't you had any manifestos here? You're too new to this island to understand things. Or maybe you're too new to politics to understand things. They always say that. There are smiles
Underestimate me.
and posters and hugging children and holding pets, and then who knows.
I think it is you
So
who is
I
not
will stay
understanding.
here.
Maybe I do not know much about politics, but I do know enough about relationships between kindred, mortals, and etc.
Okay. Alright, so.
I think,
Alright.
Frank, it is you who is not understanding, and it makes me
I
sad,
think
just
I
a
know
little bit,
exactly
what
like
family
my
means.
sires did.
Well, I see you are not
So
picking up
you
what I'm
doing the
putting
power
down,
play was
which is
okay,
fine.
but
So
okay,
let
right?
me make you a message that you can clearly understand,
Mm,
Frank.
mm.
You don't have to like me, you don't have to trust me, but if you're going to cause me trouble, I will put you in the wind.
Mm.
Okay? Capiche?
Each time she tells you that, guys, don't tell me I didn't warn you.
Yeah, yes.
Alright then. You go to Pieta and stay here.
Alone,
For the time being.
of course.
It seems to me like there's still something unresolved, and she kind of motions the air around her. There
Not
is to
from my
be a
end.
new Baron
Is he?
of St. Julian's. That's supposedly a council.
That was supposed to be us.
Yes.
Right, so we get two for the price of one, huh? Huh. Well, that's gonna be a task.
One that I'm sure we're up for.
Do you intend to help us out on this, Frank, or are you going to completely detach yourself?
Well, he was against it in the first
You're
place.
always asking me to help you. I
Because
do.
Keen to
Then you
help.
do not trust me, you do not like me, so why should I?
that's your choice.
That's my choice.
Absolutely.
As if. Mm. What you
Whether
are, man. You are like those teenagers who shout at their mom and then go, "Listen, mom, I need 20 euros for my weekend to spend it in Parcheville." And then she's like, "Okay, fine."
Right, so that's a clear
See,
no. Is there a point of you being
that.
here then, Frank,
Uh,
if you're just going to whine and whine and whine and whine?
frankly, if I want whining, I'll just unstake Alistair.
Well, that's a little bit crude.
so you go, man. You go handle Pieta, and we'll see how it goes.
I'm not asking about Pieta. Pieta is settled. I'm asking about here. Are you in or are you out?
Frank, tell us about your sire.
See,
What happened? I
you
want
know
to know.
what, Miles? I don't know much about my sire actually. There was supposed to be an agreement, something called a boon, you know, something which to us, the originals, was not something to be trifled with. And then Gregory was supposed to take over, but my sire was a casualty of war. And Laura then took it up to her to raise me up as you just come here, think all this is so easy, and Frank is just a whatever, you know.
No,
Then
I
you expect me
don't.
to play ball with you guys, and I do play ball with you guys, but then,
Do you
no,
though?
Frank is not the Baron, but she's okay with being the Baron. You're okay with her being the Baron. So yeah, there's
I
She's not.
that.
Taking
You are
the
really
journey.
not
Burns.
listening.
You will talk when I ask you to talk, while I talk to Mike. Thank you
I
very
know
much.
your clan's delusional, Luke, but Frank, sorry, I got a little bit confused. I know your clan's
Yeah.
delusional, Frank, but this is too much. If you're not able to listen, if you're not able
I
to
was listening. I
understand
was
what
saying to
I'm trying to
Miles.
create here, what we are trying to create here, then the door is
You're
over that way.
taking to Bernie's, and you're expecting us to just hand you the keys. Now, Pietà, I'm fine with you taking Pietà.
She just kind of looks to the coterie and lifts up her
Frank,
hands. Like,
I look at him. What do you want to tell me, Frank? Tell me. Tell me in my face. Tell me straight. We're straight men. We're straight PIs. We can hash this
You
out.
can take Pietà. I'm okay with that. But Julian's. I told you guys it's a problem because we're spreading ourselves too thin with just what? 5 kindred, 2 of us clearly neonates more than others, and then there's Rabat with 8 Bruja that we know of. 8. That's almost double our size, and them the firepower. And you expect them to just, you know, just spread so thin and not make a move now that Mark is out of the picture? You take care of Carlos too? I don't think so, and I wouldn't blame you because hey, that's a lot of work. Why would you do all that? You can only work on a schedule. So my idea is simple. Do not spread ourselves too thin because we win a lot and then you lose a lot. It's a basic premise of risk, man. You
so
can't
you
stretch too
do
thin.
want to be part of this? I'm honestly getting a little confused.
I think he's scared.
Should be scared, man. You're taking it against a lot of people you have no idea about, and what do you
And
expect?
this is why we're planning.
A mere 5th generation big boy, he could just snap his fingers and make you ash, and you're still here. You should be as scared. Werewolves knocking on my door and Tatiana's. Just hello, your sir is the big bad boss, yo. And you think we're just not scared? Of course we're scared.
We've faced a lot together, Frank, and we've always handled it.
He's not wrong.
We were always acting like a group.
Let's
Exactly.
be fair,
So-
Frank.
When you wanted to blame it on someone, and that someone always happened to be
You'll
Frank.
receive a
Ugh.
text message at the same
blame-
time from a number which is foreign. Clearly, it's coming from an Italian number when you see the prefix, and you all get the same message. Zhangzwain.
Whoever wrote this had a stroke.
Doc Swain, what does it mean?
It's not
Must.
Italian. That I know of.
Too foreign.
Songs Wayne. What?
Can you write it at least?
Don, how do you spell it?
ZUG ZWANG.
I've never
Right.
heard
More
of it.
like Chinese. Zwangswei.
Sounds like it, but why is it from Italian number?
German.
Could be.
Right.
I
That we
found
can.
sorry guys, out of character, but I found the dictionary. I found the definition on the dictionary. Should I read it?
Let's
Sure.
do that later.
Okay, we'll do it later.
Okay.
Right. This we can look into, but I think there is a more pressing issue. There is a more pressing issue. Look, I've said my piece. It's clear that Frank doesn't want to listen to me, which is fine, whatever. But if we're doing this together, we need to be
I did
together.
not
And Frank
say
is
I did not
not
listen to you.
together.
Yeah, because you're not listening to me for one. I told you your idea is good, but you're spreading yourself too thin.
And you keep seeing that. You keep being the victim of
No,
everything
it's
that's
not the
going
victim, it's
wrong.
the pragmatist.
All right.
So what do you suggest we do? You have
If
pointed out
I
many
have,
flaws.
You get a
I would
second text
keep to
message
Pieta.
Oh,
I could keep to
from the same number.
Julians. We're just 5 of us.
What's in
Barely know what.
message?
Look. Don said something, sorry.
Sorry.
Your turn. Actually,
I don't know
it
what.
says your move.
Is it a chess allegory? Zwangsweg? Because I didn't.
Zug Swang.
What does it mean? You're the bright one. Tell us. Anyone?
I
Oh.
think this is
From-
a later
from-
thing.
I'm not so sure, Mumbles. I'm sorry, but
You said your move.
from what I recall, Zugzwang means that the move that is about to be made is decisive and you are at a disadvantage.
That's nothing new.
That's what I thought.
Could it be hunters? Because I don't think we saw
Possibly.
this
And this is
problem.
why we need to be
Yeah.
strong together.
Keep coming after us.
Well,
This-
there's one solution.
Yeah.
Kick down their door. Peacefully or aggressively.
Just let's find their nest and kill them all. 'Cause
Right.
Oh,
We
bitch.
can do that.
irritating.
Sure. We know. No, that was on the agenda somewhere, but as you can see, the agenda keeps on adjusting itself.
Alright, look. We have a lot of things that we need to do, that we need to act on immediately.
Yes.
All of this bickering and arguing about whether we need a Baron, whether we're stretching ourselves too thin, what we're going to do with Pieta. Personally, it feels like something that we don't need to decide in the immediate few hours. I know Laura said
Counterpoint, Athena. I think what we do need to decide is how this coterie is going to continue.
Question that is still, is if Frank is going with us or he's leaving us. That's it. That's
I've
the
asked
only-
a simple question, and all we've gotten was whining and evasive answers. And she's going to very pointedly look at Miles. So, I will ask again. Are you in? Or are you out?
Береги себя, моя маленькая Татьяна. Береги себя, моя маленькая Татьяна.
you wanted us to be loyal.
And I offered my loyalty in return.
Then let's see it.
Offered
No.
my loyalty to you three. I hate to be
Mumbles
pedantic.
was
I hate to be
Mumble-
pedantic, Athene. I know.
Mumbles wasn't in the room at the time.
Yes.
Well, then let us do this. Mumbles, you're not going to be, since the three of us are joined, you're not going to be Baron. It's all going to be a lead. We're all going to lead the operation together, right?
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's as far as you know. That is what's on the table for all of us. Three of us accepted because we know the risks we're going into. Is it a stupid decision? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Am I scared, Frank, as you said? Yeah, parts of me are scared. Probably. But right now, with all that's
You are
happened,
scared. You should be scared.
maybe I should, but, well, unfortunately, there's, as some of us kindred, there are some kindred who are stubborn, blind, and successful.
I'm screaming like what I've heard right now.
If I die, I will die this night in ashes, and I will not give two craps about that.
So what's the number?
It's a lot of talk, Miles.
I know. And you know what? And this is how I would show it. I will go to the hunters myself. I might have an idea where they might go. I will approach
We're,
a peaceful.
no, stop. Just stop.
No,
I do not
that-
care.
that-
I will
Keep
take. I will.
going past the fucking point. We have somebody who's clearly not wanting to work together with us. And I keep asking and I keep hearing nothing. And I look to you guys to see if you can make him understand, but you can't. And I am getting angry. I am not going into this with a weak chain. We need to be strong. And if that is without him, so be it. I'm done being patient. I'm done asking nicely.
You said that you want a strong chain. That is understandable. I am telling you that the chain will stretch with what you planned. Unless you have reinforcements.
Oh, for the love of God.
I am giving advice, alright?
You keep
I am
ignoring
being
my question,
loyal.
Frank.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
keep ignoring my question. Answer it. Are you in the chain or are you out?
This is not the bloody House of Lords. We don't need to talk about things. We need a decision from you now, so that we can get on with everything else that we're dealing with. Are you in
Okay,
or not?
okay. Shh. Calm the fuck down.
I've been trying to stay calm, but
I
now
know.
I'm
I
getting
know.
angry.
Alright, okay.
The fuck's sake! I'm throwing my
This is
phone
not a
like
fuck's
on the
sake
floor.
moment. Okay, alright.
Hang on,
Alright.
Frank. What's wrong,
Okay.
Tatiana?
Uh, wait, please show me your phone. Show me the messages from this number.
Here.
Do I have the same message, Don? So,
So it's not the same message, it's the same number. You got a different... You didn't get... the others did not get the rest of the messages you started receiving on your own.
okay.
What's the matter, Tatiana? Speak.
My sire texted me.
Oh. Well,
By
he's
this
alive?
number. This number. Yes! I was
Done.
talking about it a lot, like, for all this night. And a few nights before, fuck.
It's good
I got
news.
I got message in Russian, which is only can be from him. I guess so. So I'm trying to call this bastard, but he's not answering. Fuck's sake. Can I try to call from your number, from your phone, please?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to call from Athena's phone right now again.
As you call, he picks up Zugzwain and he cuts.
What did he say?
Zhang
It's
Zuang.
the same.
The same message you all got.
The first message.
Yeah, Zhang Zuang.
Well, which voice it was?
Sorry?
Which voice it was? Voice. Can I
Zhang
understand?
Wayne, that's what he said. The
No. I understand,
But the voice, who was
can I
talking?
recognize it?
You, despite that it was so quick and temporary, immediately you feel butterflies in your stomach. And I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing for you right now, if it's a sickening feeling, but you recognize it. It's his. Micah's.
Who was it, Tatiana?
It's him. Is he alive? Why isn't answering my phone? What the fuck is going on?
Calm down. And she sort of goes over to her and wraps an arm around her.
I'm just basically, sliding down to the floor and just starting like, going like this. Like,
Okay, so
this.
Athena sits down next to her and just tries to just be there for her,
Yeah, and I'm panicking this way, like almost crying.
Stop,
I don't understand
breathe.
what's going on.
Stop. Just breathe. Relax.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Why he's not hunting? Why he's sending us these messages? Why is he alive? Where is he?
We'll figure it out together.
But is he trying to intimidate us? Why?
Of course,
He
he's
was my
trying to
best friend.
intimidate you.
He wants something. Everybody always wants something.
Look, Tatiana, look at me. I was terrified when that bastard came knocking on our doors. And you and everyone else helped me take him down. And now I promise you, I will help you do whatever you need to do with him.
I
You're not alone.
loved him more than anybody else in this world. Before. I was broke like when he was.
Oh, well, never mind.
We are at a disadvantage because we don't know anything. But that will change. Sooner or later.
Whatever needs fixing will be fixed.
Make some calls.
Right.
You
But
can
Thank
before
you.
that,
Yes, I am in the chain.
no.
Finally!
No, I am not your whatever, alright? This attitude of coming to me like I'm some. Not just. And I hate to admit it, alright? Because I too thought that you were my friends, but I turned up to be this best dispenser of favors, and little gratitude have gone a long way. Well, let's make that point very clear.
I have never treated you any differently than I have ever treated
No.
anyone else.
Except when you said you don't owe me anything, which was a little bit hurtful, but okay, I can forgive that. Made peace with that.
That is the thing about family, Frank. You help each other without expecting anything in return. And if that is something you don't understand, that's going to be a
Expecting
problem.
anything in return was not, but. Alright. You didn't even. Anyway, alright. So.
I just want to
Next
make a
item
clear
on the
note,
agenda.
just
Okay.
for in character reasons, that Mumbles is going to give
You all went stuck for me. Guys?
Okay, can you hear it?
Done.
Dawn,
Well,
this is a
I-
very
I-
particular moment.
I lost you guys for a second there, sorry.
what was the last thing you remember?
Done.
Dawn.
So I don't know what happened. Like I know Athena was comforting Tatiana, then Mumbles was about to say something, and it froze for me completely.
right.
Okay,
So
so
we
Frank-
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Frank agreed to be in the chain. Some
Agreed.
slight, begrudgingly, some light bickering carried on. And Frank said he was going to make some calls. Mumbles said that or rather, Mumbles gave Miles a very particular look, is what
And
Marine said.
he looks back at Mumbles and he gives a look. I'll send you a message later.
Okay. So you exchange looks. Mums, you get a text message.
Right. From the same number.
Yep.
But both, or just like when I try and call, like the
So and you after that you realize that the reception is now dead. And
like the power went out.
no, there's no reception on your phone.
The phone signal.
Yeah.
You can't call or make a text message.
Oh.
After you receive this text message. And as you're reading it, you realize that on the time that it's 30 minutes to sunrise, and all of a sudden the fire alarm hits. The ringing is echoing throughout the hotel as you hear people start to evacuate their rooms and head towards the fire escape.
Right. Time to go. Who's taking Stiff over there?
I look at Mumbles or Tatiana. You both of you are the strongest ones among us.
Yeah,
So we can
I'll
carry
take
it.
him. For the
All right.
ones who have nowhere else to go, come with me. And she will lift him up.
I'm gonna try and scrounge for any items from the alchemist lab of Gregor, just the quick stuff like papers or stuff,
Sure.
alchemist items, pour them in the bag, and then just rush out,
Okay.
leaving my switchblade behind. I'm not gonna use that switchblade.
Would have a
What
security.
switchblades?
Oh yeah, right.
It melted.
Sorry. Go ahead, Frank.
What is the situation outside?
Chaos.
How much fire?
As fire
this
per
30 minutes.
se, you can't tell if there's any fire on your floor, but I don't know if you're following the masses down the fire escape to exit. There's clearly hotel individuals, staff that are saying this is not a drill. Everyone please, exit. Please be safe. So they're directing everyone towards the fire escape.
All right. To the fire escape we go.
Yep. So I just want to make it so Mumbles is carrying Alexander was his name. I forget.
Alistair.
She's carrying him in the fireman crouch, but she's positioning him so his chest is on her chest, so nobody will be able to see the stake.
Okay, gotcha.
And if anybody's like, "Oh my god, he's okay," he's just unconscious, he had a fright, and
Yeah, an important accident.
I mean, you get a couple of weird glances towards you, Mambas, but no one's questioning what they're saying. They're more preoccupied with their lives to get out of this dangerous situation.
And she will say to Athena, "I only have a bike. I do not have a car. I can't transport him."
I only have my bike, and I'm sure as hell not putting him on mine.
I may have a car. I still think I have a car around. Maybe Frank has his car around.
Frank has a lot of cars. You have no car, by the way. Yours was busted.
Oh yeah,
About area, they busted your door. And Kestrel died.
No, that was Maria's car.
Yeah, but
Okay.
Yeah, I think I saw my car around. Is it around Dawn?
What, your car?
Yeah, or is that towed?
It's fine, right?
As far as I remember, it's fine.
Well, you're parked nowhere nearby, so...
Okay, so fuck it. Okay, never mind.
And in 30 minutes...
I'm in the garage.
You know that there's sunlight gonna be coming out, so...
Yeah. Oh, okay, so I say, never mind, basement. There has to be basement here somewhere, maybe. Or,
The parking garage.
as long as it doesn't catch the fire.
You're doing this as you're walking down the steps, right? So...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Would I know, maybe a nearby area we could use, maybe abandoned or somewhere no one's been using for protection?
My club, is it still with police and shit?
Oh, that's closed off as a crime scene, yeah. So... There's still police
Okay.
tape there.
So if we really hit the pedal to the metal, how far is Mumbles' Haven compared to everybody else's? Which one's the closest?
It's a 25-minute
Athena's.
drive,
Athena's? She's right in Slima.
and Athena's the closest call you've got, but you gotta really hit the metal to the pedal to get there.
Right, my place. Let's go.
I would have found a couple of my guys to get me.
Unfortunately, you make no calls because your cell reception
Reception
is dead as
That's
well.
dead.
Is
Yeah.
that so? We need a car. Do you have your car around, Frank?
It's a hit. Somewhere, close by.
And we'll get in the car. We'll pedal to the
Car
metal.
park, probably. So I'll just.
Frank, if you have your car, you need to take Alistair.
No, we all
I'll
go in
take
the car.
one. How many cars do we need? 'Cause how many cars do we have?
You have your car, and then I think the others are in bike.
Well, if you want our gratitude, Frank, now's the chance.
We can put Alistair in the trunk. If we're all taking Frank's car, we can put Alistair in the trunk. That would be so fun. Please let me.
And,
Please,
we'll
let's put
have
Alistair in
fun.
the trunk.
Have duffel bags, no worries. Yeah. All right, so let's go. Who's claiming shotgun?
I don't care. I just want to leave.
Do you think you're a good enough driver? Do you think you're a good enough driver, Frank?
I'm not a fast driver. No.
How many dozen drive do you have?
I have one.
I have
Yeah.
one.
I think Athena's the best
I
driver.
have 2.
God.
So she's probably her or Mumbles the best driver because she's physically capable. I'm shit. So
I mean, I have only one drive.
I have one. All right. No.
I have
we all
2.
have one.
So Athena's the best driver amongst you guys.
We're in your hands, baby.
No, Tatiana has no
All
points
right.
in drive.
And
I
Frank
smashed-
and
I can
shotgun.
fly. Why?
I snatched the keys from Frank's hand. Dump that bastard in the trunk and let's go.
Bastard goes in the trunk.
So you
Frank,
all
shut up.
chaotically just start to shove yourselves into the car. Athena
I
I
slide.
would like to make an awareness.
I go
check
from
just
the
to-
passenger side and slide across the trunk. I can't do that with a bike. I'm having fun.
Ooh, nice. So
What are you doing?
I just make an awareness check to see if there's any. Probably sense the unseen to see if there's any agents around. I don't know. My quick one, it's a very. I got a 5.
You got a 5.
We have
As
time for this.
Athena, just kind of skids round and heads out of the exit, from the corner of your eye, Frank, you realize that there is this hooded figure, yellow eyes, long hair, and a very shabby brown beard, just seeing you guys pass over.
Norman.
No,
Will you tell us, or you just?
Nope, I don't think he'll. No, he's just a shadowy guy. He just watched us.
There is some eyes on us. Not Norman. Wish it was Norman.
So are you driving already right now, or?
Mm-hmm. We're flooring it to Athena's haven.
Let's call him the monk. He's hooded and he's got a big beard.
Monk.
I don't know much about him.
You're not gonna mention the other very specific detail about this character that could give us a lot of information? No? Okay.
Beard. You said
Yellow eyes.
You did say it?
yes.
I didn't hear you say it, sorry.
I don't know.
long hair, yellow eyes, shabby brown beard, hooded figure.
Yellow Eyes is one of you guys.
No. I hate to say this right now, Tatiana, but I think your sire might be trying to kill us.
Yeah, I'm.
Oh
I'm
my
just
God, he did
asking
say
if,
some-
according to description, it could be my sire or not.
Yeah,
Fuck, yeah.
It
remember-
sounds like him.
Okay, so
you remember Norman
I'm
saying
screaming,
something
"Stop
about
the car right now!"
not stop the car right now. We can't take it yourself on our own.
No, I mean, I was thinking that my sire is fucking dead. Now I'm so excited that I might not even be careful about the sun. So if you're not gonna stop the car, I'm just gonna break the window, and I'm sorry for it. I will turn into bed, and I will fly away back to the hotel exactly where we've been before, because I'm in shock. I'm not acting reasonable right now.
I mean,
Okay,
if you feel if Mumbles feels like she's gonna try and smash the window, Mumbles is gonna try and restrain her.
So, Athena, do you stop the car or not? Or do we have a technical difficulty with the mic there?
Technical difficulty.
Nope, can't hear you.
Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties.
That's why he said Gillette 5, yeah, mother.
What?
Norman told us he could use a Gillette 5, and I'm like,
Hello?
shit.
Okay,
now I
can you
know.
guys hear me
We can
okay?
hear you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Sorry about that. My other headset died, bastard.
It's okay.
So if I don't stop the car, Tatiana's gonna fly out the window. If I do stop the car, we possibly all burn
Well,
to death.
You don't know what I'm gonna do, actually, to be honest.
Exactly.
You just
Yeah, you just
heard that
didn't-
I screamed, "Stop that car!" That's all you know right now, that I'm
All
screaming
right.
that.
Okay, so Athena just shrieks back, "If I stop this car, we all bloody burn to death!"
Go on. Let's move. Let's.
Okay, I'm screaming just a second. Stop right now!
Athena's
Yeah,
not
guys,
stopping clearly, and she's
Okay,
just
I'm not.
she's
No,
driving
smash in the
fast.
window.
Yeah,
Smash in the
so
window.
I'm gonna try and not have her do that.
All right, it's a contested roll. So what I need from Tatiana is an athletics and dexterity check, while I need a brawl and strength check from Mumbles. Highest
Cool.
contestant wins.
I am going to make a rouse check. I do get hungry to rouse the blood.
Oh boy. How much are
very
you?
At
3.
3 currently.
So Milena
no.
rolls a 4. Tatiana.
So I'll see if I can beat that difficulty.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh, I
Roll
can
just 2 successes.
try and use willpower.
Yeah, that's always an option. Could I try something myself also?
Let this play out, Mum.
Yeah, let's just play out after. Let's just play out and then I'll try. I'm gonna try something with yeah.
For the record,
And-
I'm next to Athena, so I can't do anything.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
shotgun.
probably in the
I'm
seat.
shotgun.
Whew, so it's
Oh.
tied.
So
4-4?
Tatiana breaks the window, not even puts down, breaks the window, about to latch out herself. As she's halfway out the window, Mumbles grabs her, and unfortunately just holds her there, because Athena takes a turn that pretty much locks you against the window. Roll again to see if Tatiana is going to manage to get out of the situation, or Mumbles is going to pull her back in. Miles, this is the moment that you can try to do something.
If she's, if like maybe she's looking into my direction, I'm gonna look at her like forget, like cloud memory her basically to beg her for the last.
She's way out.
She's
of
looking
the
out the
window.
window.
So
No.
So
Never mind.
you're there
For the
trying to grab her attention. It's like, forget.
So just for in-character reasons and before we do another roll, I can't scream right now, obviously, because it's late.
worries.
That's also like why I was
No
like
worries,
this
no
earlier.
worries.
So she's
No
going to scream like, I am not going to let you die. We'll find him later. Just calm down. And like she's actually screaming. Like Mumbles never fucking yells. Unless like until tonight. She's
Why they
fucking
call her
losing her
Mumbles?
cool. That's why she's called
Signorina
Mumbles.
Borbota.
Roll
You're
it
not
out.
thinking clearly. Like,
No, I'm not thinking clearly.
calm down.
All you need is a puncher.
Right, Mumbles, roll the same. And
So
Milena,
I get-
roll.
So with the blood surge, I get an extra 2, right? Or was it
Yeah.
just a 1?
Whatever your what's your
Because
blood
yeah,
potency?
no, the blood potency is just like
should
normal.
be
It's
1,
not
so-
increased.
It's
yeah.
1. It's 1. Then you just roll extra d10. If
Yeah.
it's higher, then that's how you increase
So-
your blood surge.
Yeah.
Tatiana, I need you to roll me a
yes.
strength and
But if I want to turn to bat, it's also the same, or
oh, you're gonna mid grasp. You're gonna try to transform.
yeah. I mean, she's trying to grasp me, and I'm trying to like.
Rouse you.
Yeah, so I rolled 7 successes to
9 actually. That's
9
not-
I
successes.
don't know.
Because you have 2 10s.
Okay, so Mumbles, because she's a gangrel too, she starts to feel you transform, and she's still holding on to you. So you're gonna have to give me that dexterity and brawl to get out of her grasp. You have to beat her 7.
9.
9?
9.
You have to beat her
9,
9. Sorry.
10s. Just get 2 10s.
Athletics,
Oh yeah, I have crits. Oh damn.
Yeah.
9.
athletics, and strength.
Yes,
Dex.
to get out of her grasp.
Okay.
What was it?
Okay.
Oh, whatever. No worries.
I don't have that much, so
Roll, eh?
Maybe you crit like she did. So
I mean,
Had a try.
that's 3 successes. Unfortunately,
Okay.
as you transfer into bat, Mumbles has a better grip on you, and she kind of just pulls you down, and sits you on
So-
her. Yeah.
So what I'm gonna
so
so what I'm
these
gonna do is like I'm gonna grab her, say, I'm so sorry. You can punch me tomorrow, and she's gonna actually put her in her pocket and zip it. And she's just kind of just kind of like very gently, but just kind of giving it a pat, like, I'm sorry I did this, but you're being very unreasonable right now, kind of.
I'm just gonna look at. I'm looking at Mumbles like, how she can tear that open, right? She just transforms back.
I have her. It's just like maybe the darkness calms her down. Like
No, I should say I'm so fucking shocked right now after everything that I'm actually. I'm a stressed fruit bat right now, which is in your back, trying to understand what everything going on. And for 15 or 20 minutes, I would be quiet because, everything.
Yeah.
And you caught me like a fruit bat, so I should say I'm shocked, stunned.
You do get like a reassuring, like you once in a while you feel like a reassuring, like pat, like kind of like it's okay, just calm down.
She's just having a bad breakdown.
Yes, I have a mental breakdown, but when it's not that you are going insane, but you're mostly like stunned like this,
Like she's just kind of whispering into her pocket, like it's gonna be fine, just calm down, like don't just it's okay, we'll figure it out later.
Don't worry.
I mean, this thing is too adorable to break it, so
had issues with bad behavior.
You see the edge of the sun at the west of the horizon starting to peek over as Athena immediately finds, luckily, 2 spaces of parking, which she just goes ahead and, slams the brake as she...
Well,
Yep, go ahead. I'm going to give you...
I imagined that since, she lives in a big penthouse apartment, there would be a parking garage that she would probably go into and probably have her own parking.
Yeah, that makes sense, right? If you have your own apartment there.
I'm going, yeah.
I mean, it's up to them.
Yeah.
The door slammed open.
Give me a performance and composure check.
Athena?
Yeah.
For who? Okay.
Let's see how much she's thinking straight with the sun coming up.
Difficulty?
Okay. Difficulty, he asked.
Huh?
She
difficulty?
Give me a difficulty of 3. That's...
One success.
Yeah, it's only after you slam the brakes, park the car in the thing, getting out, rushing everyone out of the car, get out, and it kind of hits your head for a moment. It's like after you kind of slam the door shut, going like, wait, I could have parked in the garage. Never mind, let's go.
Fuck it, let's go.
Okay, that was...
Can I make a resolve composure myself? Because we have a car with a broken window. That will attract attention.
Yeah, you could definitely do that.
Resolve composure or resolve composure or something else. I don't you guide me through, guys. Awareness.
So the aim is because it's going to attract people and you're getting paranoid about it, right? Am I getting this straight?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, Mr. Big Guy with no Gillette 5.
Right. So your survival kicks in. So it's a survival and composure.
One success. My survival, I don't have any survival, so.
I see.
It's.
So you're there. Athena's like get in, and you're there, but you're fixated now that you have a broken window. It's gonna bring people's attention.
Just grab him by his shirt, jacket, or tie, or whatever. The first piece of clothing I reach for, and just yank him into the room, please.
Broad strength.
So
I don't know if you want to fight that, Frank.
I wouldn't be. Alright, I mean, no, we have to rest now. So we'll do that first things first in the evening.
Okay.
So he wouldn't fight it.
He's having the same issue as we have. Like, he's not gonna fall out of character. Like, he's not going to be able to follow us. He's a kindred too. Just out of character. I think that's reasonable enough to assume. Just to help you with your train of thought, if you think Frank would consider that. So yeah, Mumbles, whilst holding very gently but firmly onto her jacket pocket, patting it, she's getting Alistair out of the trunk in the same.
Well, let's just carry us both, because you have to care for one thing. I'll take care of that.
Yeah.
No worries.
Okay.
Can keep him in the trunk. He's not going anywhere.
I'm not going
Right.
to let him. Leave him in the truck.
Just fine.
We have him. Let's just go. We are going.
Absolutely not.
Fine, go in the elevator. Let's go. So they rush. Like she hits the elevator button, and when it
Actually,
opens,
hold
she ushers them all inside. And she's got this key card. She's got this key card. And she swipes. They're in the elevator. She swipes it to get access to the penthouse.
You bastard! I know what you're doing.
Hits the button. Hits the
You
button.
just collapse on the floor, okay?
we just hear elevator music also.
As it things open, she immediately rushes in and
Sebastian is closing the curtains quickly.
Who's Sebastian?
Not Sebastian. What's his? Jarvis. What's his name?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
Right.
Sebastian's right here.
Big blackout curtains, because she can afford it anywhere.
And we'll cut the scene here. Until next session, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Those of you who are watching, if you've not watched the previous content, it's all of it is on YouTube. If you like what we do, by the way, we also have a Patreon, which is patreon.com/playupmalta. You can support us there. We do frequent events, and the benefit of being part of Patreon is that you do get access to the events for free. So, yeah. Thank you once again for watching. Until next time, kindreds. Good night.
Arrive in the sunlight.